Bgmc. The biblical truth lives here.
The ancient Hebrew scriptures foretold of the Anointed One, Yeshua HaMashiach. The Messiah Yeshua came to call the people back to the truth of His word and to follow that righteous path. Yeshua then called Jewish men to be His disciples, and after His death and resurrection, those Jewish men told the world about the Jewish Messiah. Now, after 2,000 years, Beth Goyim Messianic congregation has that same calling of those Jewish men, telling all people, both Jew and Gentile, about the proper ancient path, teaching the Route 66 King's Highway from Genesis through to Revelation, and how you need and can get back to the proper roots of the faith and a closer walk with God. Now, let's hear the message.
If everybody would look this way,
Todos, por favor, mirando para acá.
up above your heads,
Por encima de sus cabezas.
that's going to be the English version of the Seder.
Ahí es donde va a estar la versión en inglés del Seder.
Over here will be the Spanish version.
Acá en esta pantalla va a estar la versión en español.
Can everybody see over here, or should I turn
Todos
it
pueden
over?
ver claramente.
Okay, I'm going to turn it just a little bit.
Vamos a tornarla un poquito para
I'm
que lo de
sorry.
allá vean.
We're going to try to do it as best we can in both languages.
Vamos a tratar de hacerlo lo mejor posible en los dos idiomas.
Well, this is Passover 5779.
Esta es la Pascua 57-59.
It is the year
79.
5779 on the calendar in Israel.
Es el año 5779 en el calendario de Israel.
As we go on to the next slide,
Vamos a la siguiente página.
we turn to Exodus 12, verse 42.
Vamos a buscar Éxodo 12:42.
Exodus 12, verse 42. Shemot 12.
Éxodo 12:42.
We're going to see why we're here today.
Vamos a estar analizando por qué estamos aquí hoy en día.
Exodus 12, verse 42 says, and I'm only going to read in English
Él solamente lo va a estar leyendo en inglés,
because I would like to eat before 2 a.m.
porque a él le gustaría comer antes de las 2 de la mañana.
We're going to go through a lot of scripture today
Vamos a repasar mucha escritura esta noche.
because this is a very special day to Jehovah,
Este es un día muy especial para Jehová
and it should be to us.
y debería de serlo para nosotros también.
It says in Exodus 12, verse 42, this was a night when Jehovah kept vigil to bring them out of the land of Egypt. And it is the same night, continues to be a night, when Jehovah, that's the Father, keeps vigil for all the sons of Israel through all their generations. God is watching us tonight.
Dios nos está vigilando esta noche.
We are on the right day.
Estamos en el día correcto.
I'm going to ask for quiet.
Voy a pedir silencio.
I'm not going to try to talk over you.
Yo no voy a tratar de hablar por encima de
If
ustedes.
you don't want to pay attention, you're in the wrong place.
Si no quieren poner atención, están en el lugar equivocado.
Here at Beth Goyim, we love God.
Acá en Beth Cohen amamos a Dios.
We love Messiah very, very much.
Amamos mucho al Mesías.
And they deserve our respect.
Y ellos merecen nuestro respeto.
And I expect it from you children also.
Y también lo espero de los niños.
You're going to get your chance to do the plagues later.
Van a tener su oportunidad para hacer las
And
presentaciones
you're
más
going to get to do your
adelante.
song later.
Y sus canciones.
But right now we have to learn why we're here.
Pero ahora debemos de aprender el por qué estamos acá.
Here at Beth Goyim,
Acá en Beth Cohen,
God is not just a Saturday thing, a Shabbat thing.
Dios no es una cosa de los Shabbat, solo del Shabbat.
The Word of God is our lives.
La palabra del Señor es nuestra vida.
And we give God our respect.
Y le damos a Dios nuestro respeto.
As it says here in verse 42,
Porque dice aquí en el versículo 42
it says God is watching tonight.
que Dios está vigilando esta noche.
He keeps vigil.
Él está vigilando.
This is why we always keep the Passover.
Es por esto que siempre guardamos la Pesach.
You don't need a temple to keep the Pesach.
No necesitas un templo para guardar la Pascua.
You need a heart that wants to serve God.
Necesitas un corazón que quiera servirle al Señor.
He said through all our generations that he's going to watch us
Él dijo a través de todas nuestras generaciones que Él nos iba a vigilar
to see if you're going to eat the lamb,
para ver si íbamos a comer el cordero,
to see if you're going to eat the bitter herbs,
para ver si íbamos a comer las hierbas amargas
and all the other things on the Seder dish.
y todas las otras cosas en el plato de Seder.
What he's doing tonight is taking attendance.
Lo que Él está haciendo esta noche es pasando lista.
We go on to the next slide,
Vamos a la próxima página.
which is not in the Spanish. Okay, Matthew 5, verse 18.
Mateo 5:18.
Matthew 5, verse 18.
Mateo 5:18.
Yes, indeed, this is Messiah, Yeshua talking.
Este es el Mesías Yeshua hablando.
Yes, indeed, I tell you that until heaven and earth pass away, not so much as a yod or a stroke will pass from the Torah, not until everything that must happen has happened. Yeshua confirmed what his father had told us in Exodus.
Yeshua confirmó lo que su padre nos dijo en Éxodo.
He said that we're to do the Passover forever.
Él dijo que deberíamos de hacer el Pesach para siempre.
Because if his father is going to watch us for all eternity,
Porque si su padre nos va a estar vigilando por toda la eternidad,
this is why he set apart a very special day.
por eso es que Él apartó un día muy especial.
Messiah didn't come to break the law.
El Mesías no vino a quebrantar la ley.
He came here to confirm his father's word.
Él vino aquí a confirmar la palabra de su padre.
As we go on to the next slide,
Vamos a la próxima página.
the title of this Passover service
El título de este servicio de Pesach
is Who Are My Brothers and Sisters?
es quiénes son mis hermanos y mis hermanas.
Today you can count yourself as a brother or sister to Yeshua
Hoy puedes contarte a ti mismo como un hermano o hermana para Yeshua,
because you're doing what he did.
porque estás haciendo lo que Él hizo.
If we turn to Matthew 12, verse 50.
Vamos a Mateo 12:50.
Matthew 12, verse 50.
Mateo 12:50.
Matthew 12, verse 50. Matthew 12, verse 50.
Mateo 12:50.
Whoever does what my Father in heaven wants, that person is my brother, sister, and mother. We're doing what the Father had commanded us to do.
Nosotros estamos haciendo lo que el Padre ordenó que hagamos.
Understand today, everybody,
Entiendan todos hoy.
we're doing exactly what Messiah did.
Estamos haciendo exactamente lo que el Mesías hizo.
We sighted the moon.
Avistamos la luna.
You're saying, well, Israel did it yesterday.
Entonces tú te dirás, Israel lo hizo ayer.
They did it scientifically.
Ellos lo hicieron científicamente.
We did it biblically.
Nosotros lo hicimos bíblicamente.
How do you know we're on the right day?
¿Cómo sabes que estamos en el día correcto?
Well, you follow the moon.
Cuando avistas la luna.
The moon will go big, it's full in the middle of the month,
La luna a mitad del mes va a estar llena
and then gets small
y luego se pone pequeña
until finally it goes black.
hasta que finalmente oscurece.
And then the next time you see the moon, that's called the Rosh Chodesh, the new moon.
Entonces la próxima vez que ves la luna es el Rosh Chodesh, es la luna nueva.
We've sighted the moon on the 18th day of the month of March.
Avistamos la luna el día 18 de marzo
And today brings us to the 14th day at evening.
y hoy nos trae al día 14 al anochecer.
Now, since it's completely dark,
Ahora como está completamente oscuro,
we're now in the 15th day of the first month.
ahora estamos en el día 15 del what month?
15th day of the first month.
Estamos en el día 15 del primer mes.
And you're doing, as you see in this picture up top there,
Y estás haciendo como lo enseña esa imagen ahí arriba.
the children are doing what Messiah would have done.
Los niños están haciendo lo que el Mesías hizo.
They would have sat on the floor like that on pillows.
Ellos se reclinaban en el piso así en almohadillas.
So any adult is welcome to sit on the floor. If you need help getting up, we'll help you later.
El adulto que quiera también puede reclinarse. Si necesita ayuda para pararse, también lo ayudamos.
Because I ain't sitting on the floor.
Porque yo no me voy a sentar en el piso.
Okay? So you're doing what Messiah himself did
Entonces tú estás haciendo lo que el Mesías mismo hizo
on the day he did it.
en el día que Él lo hizo.
Today you should feel very blessed.
Hoy día debes de sentirte muy bendecido.
because today Yeshua would count you as a brother or a sister of his.
Porque en el día de hoy Yeshua te va a contar como un hermano o hermana de él.
If we go on to the next slide, we turn to Colossians 2.
Vamos a Colosenses 2.
Colossians 2.
Colosenses 2.
Colossians 2.
Colosenses 2.
Because a lot of people say we don't see the Passover in the New Testament
Porque muchas personas dicen, oh, yo no veo eso de Pesach en el Nuevo Testamento.
after Messiah rose from the grave.
Después que el Mesías resucitó.
But you do.
Pero sí está.
Right there in Colossians chapter 2,
Ahí mismo en Colosenses 2,
verse 16.
versículo 16.
Colossians 2,
Colosenses 2.
written by my cousin Paul.
Esto fue escrito por su primo Pablo.
So don't let anyone pass judgment on you in connection with eating and drinking, or in regard to a Jewish festival, or Rosh Kodesh, or Shabbat. Why would they pass judgment on you?
Porque ellos te juzgarían.
Because you're different than they are.
Porque tú eres diferente a ellos.
You're still celebrating the Jewish festivals.
Tú sigues celebrando los días festivos judíos.
And there's 7 festivals that we celebrate.
Y hay 7 días santos que nosotros celebramos.
Today is the first festival.
Hoy es la primera fiesta.
It is called Pesach.
Se llama Pesach.
Tomorrow is the second festival,
Mañana es el segundo festival.
called Hag Matzah, the day of unleavened bread.
Se llama Habmas, el día de la fiesta de los panes sin levadura.
The third festival is Bikurim, the first day of first fruits.
La tercera fiesta es el Bikurim, es la fiesta de los primeros frutos.
The fourth festival is one in the summer called Shavuot. You might know it as Pentecost.
El cuarto festival es uno que se celebra en el verano, se llama Shavuot, quizá lo conozca como
The
Pentecostés.
fifth festival is Yom Teruah,
El quinto festival es Yom Teruah,
Feast of Trumpets.
es la fiesta de las trompetas.
The sixth festival is Yom Kippur.
La sexta fiesta es Yom Kippur.
And the seventh festival is Sukkot.
Y el séptimo festival es Sukkot, fiesta de las cabañas.
This is the Jewish festivals that Rab Shaul, Paul, was talking about.
De estos festivales judíos estaba hablando Rashaul Pablo.
Going on to the next slide.
Vamos a la siguiente página.
Who are my brothers and sisters?
¿Quiénes son mis hermanos y hermanas?
Going on to the next slide.
Vamos a la siguiente página.
Turn to Proverbs 22, verse 6.
Vamos a Proverbios 22:6.
Proverbs, Michelle, 22, verse 6.
Proverbios 22:6.
Proverbs 22, verse 6.
Proverbios 22, versículo 6.
Everybody got it?
¿Todos lo tienen?
Train a child in the way that he should go, and even when old, he will not swerve from it. This is what we're doing with our children.
Eso es lo que estamos haciendo con nuestros niños.
We're showing them God's ordained holy days.
Les estamos enseñando a ellos los días ordenados de Dios.
See, it's very sad today.
Es muy triste el día de hoy.
The church was celebrating Resurrection Day today.
La iglesia estaba celebrando el día de la resurrección.
I don't know how they celebrated the resurrection before the meal.
No sé cómo ellos celebraron la resurrección antes de la cena.
So they're training their children improperly.
Ellos están entrenando a sus niños inapropiadamente.
We are training our children in God's ways.
Nosotros estamos enseñando a nuestros niños en los caminos del Señor.
See, when we train them in God's ways, we train them up as an army.
Cuando los entrenamos en los caminos del Señor, los entrenamos como si fueran un ejército.
An army that praises God.
Un ejército que adora al Señor.
Is an army that is invincible.
Es un ejército que es invencible.
They will not lose.
Ellos no perderán.
So we're giving our children, both Jew and Gentile,
Entonces le estamos entregando a nuestros hijos, judíos y gentiles,
a heritage that was given to the Jewish people.
una herencia que se le entregó al pueblo judío.
And everybody is welcome to be part of the house of Israel,
Y todos son bienvenidos a ser parte de la casa de Israel.
as long as you follow God's rules.
Mientras tú sigas las leyes de Dios.
Now, why do we talk about that?
¿Por qué estamos hablando de esto?
If we go on to the next slide,
Si pasamos a la próxima página,
we turn to the Gospel of Luke,
busquen el Evangelio de Lucas,
chapter 2, verse 41 and 42.
capítulo 2, versículo 41 y 42.
Luke chapter 2,
Lucas 2,
verse 41 and 42.
versículos 41 y 42.
Luke 2, verse
Luke.
41 and 42.
Lucas 2, 41 y 42.
Every year, Yeshua's parents went to Jerusalem for the festival of Pesach. When he was 12 years old, they went up for the festival as custom required. What do you see there in verse 41?
¿Qué es lo que notas ahí en el versículo 41?
What do you see there?
¿Qué es lo que notas ahí?
Michael, what do you see there?
¿Qué es lo que ves ahí?
Say every year. Say every year.
Cada año.
Every year. Dayon, say every year. Come on, I know you got a big mouth. Nanina, say every year. Yes, you. Every year.
Cada año.
She got the answer right. Yay, let's give her a hand. These kids that you can't shut up. As soon as you ask them a question, they're silent.
Estos niños que no se callan, tan pronto como le haces una pregunta, están en silencio.
So parents learn this. Ask your kid a question, they'll shut up.
Entonces aprendan, padre, háganle una pregunta y se callarán.
You want quiet in your house, ask the kid a question.
¿Quieres silencio en tu casa? Hazle preguntas.
Okay? So every year, Yeshua's parents taught him God's ways.
Cada año los padres de Yeshua le enseñaron los caminos del Señor.
So if it's good enough for Yeshua to do this, it's good enough for me.
Si fue lo suficiente bueno para Yeshua el hacer esto, también lo es para mí.
Let's read verse 41 again.
Vamos a leer el versículo 41 una vez
Every
más.
year, Yeshua's parents went to Jerusalem for the festival of Pesach. Amen? You know, they didn't have to be there.
Ellos no tuvieron que haber estado ahí.
You only have to be in Jerusalem 3 times a year.
Solamente eres requerido estar en Jerusalén 3 veces al año.
It's something called the regalim.
Es algo que se llama los regalim.
In the regalim, you have to be there for matzah,
Tiene que estar ahí para los panes sin levadura,
Shavuot.
para Shavuot, Pentecostés,
Sukkot.
para Sukkot, para
You
la
don't
fiesta
have-
de las cabañas.
You don't have to be there for Pesach.
No tienes que estar, no se te es requerido estar ahí en Pesach.
But his parents wanted to train him up in the way that they should go.
Pero sus padres lo querían entrenar a él de la manera que él debía vivir.
And you see how well he turned out.
Y viste qué bien le fue a él.
How many people want their sons or daughters to turn out like Messiah?
¿Cuántas personas quieren que sus hijos o hijas lleguen a ser como el Mesías?
How many parents already think their kids are God?
¿Cuántos padres piensan que sus hijos son dioses?
So we see very clearly in the Gospels
Vemos muy claro en los evangelios
that Messiah's parents were still following the law of God.
que los padres del Mesías estaban guardando las leyes de Dios.
And that's why the Father, Jehovah,
Y por eso es que el Padre Jehová
put our Messiah in their care.
los puso a ellos, puso a nuestro Mesías al cuidado de ellos.
So they were training up a child in the way that he should go.
Ellos estaban entrenando al niño de la manera que él debería de ir.
How many people think Yeshua turned out pretty good?
¿Cuántas personas creen que a Yeshua
I think he
le
turned out pretty
resultó
good.
mucho?
I think he turned out the best.
Le resultó el mejor.
Going on to the next slide.
Vamos a la siguiente página.
Let's turn to Luke chapter 22.
Vamos a Lucas 22.
Luke 22, verse 8.
Lucas 22, 8.
Luke 22, verse 8.
Lucas 22, 8.
My translation may be different than some of you people that are guests tonight.
Quizás mi traducción sea diferente que algunos de algunos de los invitados que están aquí hoy.
What you're seeing up on the screen is from the complete Jewish Bible.
Lo que estás viendo en la pantalla, eso viene de la Biblia completa judía.
Luke chapter 22, verse 8.
Lucas 22, 8.
Yeshua sent Kepha and Yochanan, instructing them, go and prepare our Seder so we can eat. He didn't need to tell them what to do.
Él no necesitó darle instrucciones en lo que debían de hacer.
He just told them to go and go prepare it.
Él solamente le dijo que fueran y prepararan.
Why didn't he need to tell them?
Porque él no tuvo que decirle.
Because Proverbs 22, verse 6 says, train your child in the way that they should go.
Porque el proverbio dice que entrenes al niño en la manera que él debe de ir.
They already knew to go get a lamb
Ya ellos sabían que tenían que ir a buscar un cordero
and to slaughter a lamb to eat for
y
Passover.
matar ese cordero para comer la Pascua.
But they were with the Lamb of God.
Pero ellos estaban con el cordero de Dios.
That doesn't matter.
Eso no importa.
Yeshua said not until heaven and earth pass away.
Yeshua dijo que no hasta que el cielo y la tierra pasen.
God says we're to eat lamb on Passover.
Dios dice que debemos de comer el cordero en la Pascua.
Yeshua is in agreement with his Father.
Yeshua está de acuerdo con su Padre.
Every law that God put, his Father put, he's in agreement with.
Cada ley que el Padre impuso, Yeshua está de acuerdo con ella.
Because you see, he said, go and prepare the Seder so we can eat.
Porque ahí como ves, él le dijo, ve y prepara el ceder para que podamos comer.
I mean, matzah is good.
Yo creo que la matzah es buena.
Matzah is good, but it's,
La matzah es
are
buena.
you going to live on matzah?
Pero ¿vas a vivir solo de matzah?
I mean, are you going to live on this?
¿Vas a vivir solo de esto?
Are you going to, not really, not without cream cheese and jelly,
No realmente si no tiene crema queso
and a little bit of lox.
y un poquito ahí de
Salmon.
salmón ahumado.
So it's very clear in the Brit Hadashah in the New Testament,
Es muy claro en el Nuevo Testamento
Messiah is following the law of God.
que el Mesías está siguiendo las leyes de Dios.
Going on to the next slide.
Vamos a la siguiente página.
Luke 22, verse 14
Lucas 22, 14
and 15.
y 15.
When the time came, Yeshua and the emissaries reclined at the table, and he said to them, I have really wanted so much to celebrate this Seder with you before I die. So Yeshua is saying, I desire to sit down with you.
Yeshua dijo que él deseaba sentarse con ellos.
See, the Seder is a celebration
El ceder es una celebración
of redemption from Pharaoh.
de redención del faraón.
It's about freedom
Se trata de libertad
from man
del hombre
and to walk with God and his laws.
para poder caminar con Dios y sus leyes.
You see there,
¿Ves ahí?
in verse 15 again,
En el versículo 15, una vez más,
he said to them, I really wanted so much to celebrate this Seder with you before I die. In some translation, it uses the word Passover.
en algunas traducciones usa la palabra Pascua o Pesach.
Well, you're going to learn what it means to celebrate the Passover tonight.
Pero tú vas a aprender lo que significa celebrar el Pesach esta noche.
But you don't see Yeshua saying we don't have to do this anymore.
Pero ahí tú no ves a Yeshua diciendo que ya no debemos de hacer esto.
He's telling his disciples, I want to celebrate with you.
Él está diciendo a sus discípulos, yo quiero celebrar esto.
And I really do like this picture. I think it's drawn very well.
Y me gusta esta imagen porque creo que fue dibujada adecuadamente.
Except the guy without the beard.
Excepto por el hombre que no tiene barba.
Because all Jewish men, biblically, are supposed to have a beard.
Porque todos los hombres judíos bíblicamente deben de tener barba.
As you see, it gets kind of long.
Como ves, crece.
And it chokes you at night.
Y muchas veces te ahoga en las noches.
And you wake up because you think somebody's pulling your beard.
Y tú te levantas pensando que alguien te está alando la barba.
Okay? But they sat on the floor.
Pero ellos se reclinaron en el piso.
They sat around Yeshua the Messiah,
Se sentaron alrededor de Yeshua el Mesías,
celebrating God's holy day.
celebrando el día santo del Señor.
This day that's separated from other days.
Ese día que es separado de otros días.
Moving on to the next slide.
Vamos a movernos a la próxima página.
We look at verse 17 and 18.
Vamos a mirar el versículo 17 y 18.
Luke 22, verse 17 and 18.
Lucas 22, 17 y 18.
Then taking a cup of wine, he made a bracha, brakatanai Eloheinu Elohim borei pri hagafen, and said, take this and share it among yourselves. For I tell you that from now on, I will not drink the fruit of the vine until the kingdom of God comes. You see at the Seder, he drank wine.
Ves en el ceder que él toma vino.
We're going to drink a little grape juice,
Vamos a tomar un poquito de jugo de uva,
which is wine without the fermentation.
que es vino sin la fermentación.
It is very sad because we used to serve wine,
Es muy triste porque solíamos brindar el vino,
but some people don't know how to respect God's house.
pero muchas personas no saben respetar la casa de Dios.
So we stopped serving wine. We're going to serve grape juice to everybody.
Entonces dejamos de servir el vino, ahora vamos a servir jugo.
Okay? So we see in the Seder that there is wine and there's going to be 4 cups.
Vemos en el ceder que sí hay vino y va a haber 4 copas.
Going on to the next slide.
Vamos a la siguiente página.
Verse 19.
Es el versículo 19.
Also taking the piece of matzah, he made a bracha, brakatanai Eloheinu Elohim hamotzi lechem min haaretz, broke it and gave it to them and said, this is my body, which is being given for you. Do this in memory of me. We're supposed to do the Passover in remembrance of Yeshua, our Messiah.
Estamos supuestos a celebrar la Pascua en memoria de Yeshua, nuestro Mesías.
No matter where you live.
No importa dónde vivamos.
You can live in the Philippines, you're supposed to do it.
Puedes vivir en las Filipinas y como quiera debes de
And
hacerlo.
that's what I was teaching them last week.
Eso era lo que yo les estaba enseñando la semana pasada.
If you're in Colombia,
Si estás en Colombia,
you're supposed to do it.
estás supuesto a
If you're
hacerlo.
in Mexico,
Si estás en México,
how many Mexicans do we have here?
¿cuántos mexicanos
You gotta
tenemos acá?
you gotta still do it in Mexico.
Debes de hacerlo en México.
How many Peruvians do we have here? Any Peruvians?
¿Cuántos peruanos tenemos
We got a
acá?
Peruvian here. We got how many Puerto Ricans?
¿Cuántos puertorriqueños?
Wow, I gotta run.
A correr.
What other countries do we have here today? Ecuador?
Ecuador, DR.
Who?
Jamaica.
Jamaica? Who? St. Lucia.
San Lucia. San
Ah.
Lucia.
Guyana?
Brasil.
Brazil? Trinidad and Tobago. Wow.
Trinidad
Let's
y
give
Tobago,
ourselves
hey.
the Dominican Republic.
Hey.
Any other countries?
¿Algún
Guatemala.
otro país? Guatemala.
Guatemala. Ecuador.
Ecuador.
Cuba.
Cuba.
Sasha's, yeah, Cuban. Colombia. I already said
Colombia.
that. Honduras.
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 Brazil.
Brasil.
America. America, that's why.
América.
Any other countries?
¿Algún otro país?
I think God, Susan,
¿Ah?
Slovakia.
Checoslovaquia.
No, Slovakia.
Eslovaquia.
What about you? Ireland?
Irlandesa.
England and Germany.
Es británica y alemana.
And Israel.
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 Israel. Woo!
Shinsen. All right.
Israel.
This is what God wants.
Esto es lo que Dios quiere.
He wants us all together,
Él quiere que todos estemos juntos,
doing what He commands.
haciendo lo que Él ordenó.
This is what makes Him happy.
Esto es lo que lo hace a Él feliz.
And we are doing it in memory of Yeshua,
Y lo estamos aquí haciendo en memoria de Yeshua.
because I was a sinner,
Porque Él era un pecador, éramos pecadores.
and He came and found me.
Y Él vino y nos encontró.
Let's move on to the next slide.
Vamos a mover a la siguiente página.
Luke 22, verse 16.
Lucas 22, 16.
For I tell you, it is certain that I will not celebrate it again until it is given its full meaning in the kingdom of God. Hey, you know what we're going to be doing in heaven?
¿Sabes lo que vamos a estar haciendo en el cielo?
Yeshua just said in verse 16, we're going to be doing this again.
Yeshua dijo en el versículo 16 que lo vamos a hacer otra vez.
So we're practicing.
Estamos practicando.
Because when you get to the royal palace, you want to know what you're doing.
Porque cuando llegues al palacio real tienes que saber lo que estás haciendo.
And God is watching us tonight.
Y Dios nos está vigilando esta noche.
He's taking attendance
Él está tomando lista de quién vino
to see if you're doing what He has commanded.
para ver si tú estás haciendo lo que Él te ordenó.
For God is the same yesterday, today, and forever.
Porque Dios es el mismo hoy, mañana y para siempre, por los siglos de los
So
siglos.
today, we're only going to get a little understanding.
Pero hoy solo vamos a obtener un entendimiento pequeño.
Yeshua said in verse 16,
Yeshua dijo en el versículo 16
that it's going to be given its full meaning in heaven.
que Él nos va a dar el entendimiento completo en el cielo.
We're going to learn a lot tonight.
Vamos a aprender mucho esta noche.
But imagine what it's going to be like sitting at the table with Yeshua.
Pero imagínense cómo sería sentarnos en la mesa con Yeshua.
This is what we're practicing for.
Para esto estamos practicando.
Wouldn't you love to sit at the table with Mashiach?
¿No desearías tú, María, sentarte en la mesa con Yeshua?
Imagine he was sitting at the head of the table like the father of the family.
Imagínense que Él esté sentado en la mesa celestial como el Padre celestial.
This is what we're practicing today.
Esto es lo que estamos practicando.
Let's go on to the next slide.
Vamos a la siguiente página.
Exodus 22. Exodus 12, verse 26.
Éxodo 12, 26.
Connor, could you go into the podium and grab me 2 throat lozenges in the... Thank you. Exodus 12, verse 26.
Éxodo 12, versículo 26.
And there you just saw my eldest son.
Y ahí viste mi hijo mayor.
We trained him up in the way that he should go.
Nosotros lo entrenamos en la manera que él debe de andar.
And there's my granddaughter.
Y ahí está su nieta.
My father and grandfather never saw grandchildren.
Su padre y su abuelo nunca vieron un nieto.
Exodus 12, verse 26.
Éxodo 12, 26.
Voice is going. When your children ask you, what do you mean by this ceremony? That's what we're doing.
Eso es lo que estamos haciendo.
We want the children to ask questions.
Queremos que los niños hagan preguntas.
Like, why do we have to eat all this hot stuff?
¿Por qué? Porque debemos comer todas estas cosas.
And my friend Martin is going to eat a lot of it tonight.
Y mi amigo Martín va a comer mucho. esta
Why do
noche.
we have to eat matzah on this night?
Porque debemos de comer la matzah esta noche.
Why do we have to put blood on the door on this night?
Porque debemos de poner la sangre en los dinteles esta noche.
We're going to go over all that.
Vamos a estar repasando todo eso.
But God said you're to do this ceremony
Pero Dios dice que debes de hacer esta
to
ceremonia
never ever forget what he did for us.
para que nunca, nunca olvides lo que Él hizo por nosotros.
So every year
Entonces cada año
we do this
hacemos esto.
because we never want to forget.
Porque nunca nos queremos olvidar.
We don't want our children to ask questions about God.
Nosotros queremos que nuestros hijos nos hagan preguntas acerca de Dios.
We want our children to follow Messiah Yeshua.
Queremos que nuestros hijos sigan al Mesías Yeshua.
So the ceremony, we're going to learn, what is this ceremony?
Entonces vamos a aprender qué es esta ceremonia.
Okay, the word Seder
La palabra ceder
means order.
significa orden.
Like a ceremony has order.
Una ceremonia tiene un orden.
So we're going to go through an order tonight.
Entonces vamos a ir a través de este orden esta noche.
Going on to the next
La
slide.
siguiente página.
Exodus 12, verse 14.
Éxodo 12, 14.
Exodus 12, verse 14. Shemot 12.
Éxodo 12, 14.
Exodus 12, verse 14.
Éxodo 12, 14.
This will be a day for you to remember and celebrate as a festival to Jehovah. From generation to generation, you are to celebrate it by a perpetual regulation. Amen? There's some people that say we're not supposed to do this day.
Hay algunas personas que dicen no estamos supuestos a celebrar este día.
We're only supposed to do it in Israel.
Solamente estamos supuestos a hacerlos en Israel.
Jehovah doesn't say that. in
Jehová
verse
no
1.
dice eso.
He says you're to do it forever.
Él dice que debes de hacerlo para siempre.
It doesn't stop because the temple's not there.
Eso no se detiene porque el templo no está ahí.
Come to think of it, when he said it, the temple wasn't even there.
Ahora que lo pienso, cuando él lo dijo, el templo tampoco estaba ahí.
Come to think of it, they weren't even in Israel when he said to do this.
Ahora que lo pienso, ellos tampoco estaban en Israel cuando él dijo que hicieran esto.
They were slaves in Egypt.
Ellos eran esclavos en Egipto.
And God said, from generation to generation, you're to do this forever.
Y Dios le dijo de generación en generación, debes de hacer esto para
He
siempre.
doesn't say at the cross we were to stop doing this.
Él no dijo que detuviéramos de hacer todo esto en la cruz.
A lot of people say, when Yeshua said it's finished,
Muchas personas dicen cuando Yeshua dijo se ha terminado,
that was the law.
que eso se trataba de la ley.
No, it is not.
Eso no es eso.
He finished his race.
Él terminó su carrera.
He said, I'm finished, I'm done.
Él dijo, terminé ya, terminé.
I did my job.
Hice mi trabajo.
Because he would never contradict his father.
Porque él nunca contradeciría a su padre.
So if we go on to the next slide, what does that mean?
Vamos a la siguiente página. ¿Qué significa esto?
The word forever in Hebrew
La palabra para siempre en el hebreo
is olam.
es olam.
Everybody want to say olam?
Todos quieren decir
Wow, you're
olam.
speaking Messiah's language.
Olam. Están hablando el lenguaje
Olam.
del Mesías. Olam.
Le'olam va'ed, olam.
Leolam bae, olam.
It means forever.
Eso significa para siempre.
It means everlasting,
Eso es para siempre.
perpetual.
Es perpetuo.
So when people say that you're not supposed to do this anymore,
Entonces, si la gente te dice que ya no debes de hacer esto,
they're listening to Diablo.
ellos están escuchando al
They're
diablo.
listening to the devil.
Ellos están escuchando al diablo.
And in this house, we listen to God.
Y en esta casa nosotros escuchamos al Señor.
In this house, we teach our children the Word of God.
En esta casa enseñamos a nuestros hijos la palabra de Dios.
Because God said, train up the children.
Porque Dios dice, entrena al niño.
Going on to the next slide.
La próxima página.
Now, if the On your table, you see grape juice. It is kosher.
En las mesas ves el jugo de uva, es
I want you
kosher.
to pour yourself a glass of grape juice. That's why we're doing it in here, because children love to spill.
Quiero que te sirvas un vasito de jugo.
Okay? We can have an adult help the children pour some grape juice.
Un adulto que ayude a los niños, por favor.
Now, don't drink it, kids. Even though you might be thirsty, don't drink it.
No lo tomen aún, aunque tengan
Don't drink the
sed.
juice yet. We're going to pour the juice.
Vamos a servir el jugo.
Yes, Benjamin? You don't have cups? You have to ask Mr. Felix. He's got cups in his hand. Miss Rosa. During the Seder,
Durante el Seder,
during the Seder,
durante el Seder,
we're going to drink 4 cups of wine.
vamos a beber 4 vasos de vino, de jugo.
All right, everybody got their juice? Everybody got some?
Ya todos tienen su jugo, todos lo tienen.
All right, shh.
Silencio.
Okay, there's 4 cups of wine during the Seder.
En el Seder hay 4 copas de vino.
1 cup is a cup of sanctification.
La primera copa es la copa de santificación.
The second cup is the cup for the plagues.
La segunda copa es la copa para las plagas.
The third cup is the cup of redemption.
La tercera copa es la copa de redención.
And the fourth cup is the cup of praise.
Y la cuarta copa es la copa de alabanza.
This is the ceremony that Jehovah was talking about.
De esta ceremonia hablaba Jehová.
So everybody got their glass of
Todos tienen sus vasos
wine.
con jugo wine.
Okay, the sanctification,
La santificación,
the cup of sanctification,
la copa de santificación.
the traditional understanding is this.
El entendimiento tradicional es este.
One of the things that we needed to do in our homes,
Una de las cosas que debíamos de haber hecho en las casas,
and it was fun in my house,
y se hizo en mi casa,
we had to get rid of all the bread.
debimos de haber sacado todo el pan.
So before we came, we were trying to eat up as much stuffing as possible.
Y antes de venir tratamos de comer lo más posible.
You need to make sure your home is clean of leavening.
Necesitas asegurarte de que no hay levadura en tu hogar.
Quiet, please.
Silencio, por favor.
The fulfillment of the cup of sanctification
El cumplimiento de esta copa de santificación
is we're clean of sin,
es que estamos libres o limpios del pecado.
because Yeshua cleanses our sins away.
Porque Yeshua lavó o limpió nuestros pecados.
Going on to the next slide.
La siguiente página.
Then the second cup would be the cups of the plagues.
La segunda copa sería la copa de las plagas.
Traditionally, we talk about the plagues.
Hablamos de las plagas.
What our God did to the little gods.
Lo que nuestro Dios le hizo a los pequeños dioses.
But each of us has plagues in our own life.
Pero cada uno de nosotros tenemos plagas en nuestras propias vidas.
Anybody have any trials in their life?
¿Alguno tiene pruebas en su vida?
Anybody ever had trials in their life?
¿Alguno ha tenido algunas pruebas en su
Over the
vida?
last year, anybody have any trials?
¿A través de este año ha tenido alguna prueba?
Well, those are plagues.
Esas son plagas.
Some plagues are bigger than others, right?
Algunas plagas son más grandes que las otras.
Okay. That's the second cup.
Esa es la segunda copa.
Going on to the next slide.
Vamos a la siguiente página.
The third cup is the cup of redemption.
La tercera copa es la copa de redención.
It symbolizes the blood that we're going to put on the door, and I'm going to need that in a little while
Eso
later.
simboliza la sangre que vamos a estar poniendo en los dinteles más adelante.
Okay. The blood was on our doorposts.
La sangre estaba en los dinteles.
And we're still going to put the blood on our doors.
Y lo vamos a seguir poniendo en la puerta.
Because once God says to do something,
Porque una vez que Dios dice que hagas algo,
He doesn't change His mind.
Él no cambia de parecer.
Because that would be Islam and we're not Islamic.
Porque eso sería el Islam y no somos musulmanes.
We follow the one true God.
Seguimos al Dios único y verdadero.
And our God is great.
Y nuestro Dios es grande.
Amén.
Amén.
The fulfillment of the blood,
El cumplimiento de la sangre,
the cup of redemption,
el cumplimiento de esta copa de redención,
is Yeshua putting His blood on the wood.
es que Yeshua puso su sangre en la madera.
But it doesn't mean that we stop putting the blood on the door.
Pero eso no significa que debemos de detenernos de poner la sangre en las puertas.
Remember, we're doing this in remembrance of Yeshua.
Acuérdate que estamos haciendo esto en memoria de Yeshua.
Going on to the next slide.
La próxima página.
The last cup that we will drink, when we'll drink the 4 cups,
La última copa que beberemos
is a cup of praise.
es la copa de la alabanza.
Remember after the meal, Yeshua went out and with a couple of the Talmudim to the garden.
Acuérdate que después de la cena Yeshua fue con unos cuantos de los estudiantes al jardín.
Well, they sang a song.
Ellos cantaron un himno
You'll see it sang a song of praise.
y ellos cantaron un himno de alabanza.
So the traditional understanding of this cup of praise is we give thanks to God.
El entendimiento tradicional de esta copa de alabanza es que le damos alabanza al Señor.
And the fulfillment is we always should have praise on our lips.
Y el cumplimiento es que siempre deberíamos de tener alabanza en nuestros labios.
We should always be praising God.
Siempre deberíamos de alabar al Señor.
Even when we have trials.
Aun cuando tengamos pruebas.
You say, as Ben just said, count it all as joy.
Cuenta todo eso como gozo.
When you go through trials, say,
Cuando,
God help me.
cuando estás pasando por pruebas, dile, Dios, ayúdame.
Give me strength.
Dame la fuerza.
Focus your attention not on your problem, but the one that can fix your problem.
Enfoca tu atención no en el problema, sino en aquel que puede resolver el problema.
Going on to the next slide.
Vamos a la siguiente página.
As we lift up our first cup of wine,
Cuando levantamos nuestra primera copa de vino,
we say, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech
Haolam,
haolam, Borei Peri Hagafen. And everybody said, Amen. Drink up, L'chaim.
L'chaim.
You can drink all of it. It's a little cup. That's why I gave you little cups. That way you won't spill it. That's why we're doing it in here. Was it good? This is a good year? A good vintage? You like them? It's kosher.
You can't.
Going on to the next slide.
La siguiente página.
What we just said in Hebrew
Lo que acabamos de decir en hebreo,
is, I'll read it. I'm going to try to do it in Spanish too.
él va a
Blessed,
tratar de hacerlo en español.
blessed are you, O Lord our God, King of the universe, who has given us life, has preserved us, and enabled us to reach this holy season. Bendito sea Señor, Dios nuestro, Rey del universo,
Universo.
que nos has dado la vida. Nos has perseverado. Give me a second. Y nos has
You got it.
permitido llegar hasta estación santa.
Amén. Aleluya.
Okay, let's go on to the next slide.
La próxima página.
Turn to Exodus 19.
Vamos a Éxodo 19.
Exodus 19, Shemot 19, verse 5 and 6.
Éxodo 19, 5 y 6. Thank you.
Liz, bad. Shemot 19, verse 5 and 6.
Éxodo 19, 5 y 6.
I forgot to do this. We're going to need some pitchers of water.
Vamos a necesitar algunas jarras con agua.
Yeah, just regular water from the, because we're going to do the hand washing.
Agua potable.
Now, if you will pay careful attention to what I say and keep my covenant, then you will be
It's not.
my own treasure from among all the peoples. For all the earth is mine. And you will be a
The
kingdom of
what?
Kohanim for me, a nation set apart. These are the words you are to speak to the people of Israel. God wanted us, not just men, to be leaders.
Dios no solamente quería que los hombres fueran líderes.
He wanted us to be a nation of priests.
Él quería que nosotros fuéramos una nación de sacerdotes.
And when he said this,
Y cuando él dijo esto,
this is right before he gives the 10 commandments.
esto es antes de que él entregara los 10 mandamientos.
Because in Exodus 20, he speaks the 10 commandments from Har Sinai.
Porque en Éxodo 20 él habla los 10 mandamientos desde el monte Sinaí.
He said he wanted all of us, Jew and Gentile, to be a nation of priests.
Él dijo que él quería que todos nosotros, judíos y gentiles, fuésemos una nación de sacerdotes.
Each with a different job.
Cada uno con un papel diferente.
Like women, you're going to give birth to children.
Como las mujeres deben de parir los hijos.
Men don't have those parts.
Los hombres no tienen esas partes.
So you're going to bring forth priests.
Entonces vas a traer sacerdotes.
So we all are parts of a body.
Entonces somos todos partes de un cuerpo.
You might not be able to see the heart, but it's one of your main parts of your body.
Quizás no puedas ver el corazón, pero es la parte principal de tu cuerpo.
You might think the toes are not needed.
Tú quizás piensas que los dedos de los pies no se necesitan.
Each table is going to need a little bit. Or we can do it through the big, we'll do it through the big one. Yeah. Okay. Anybody ever hurt their toe at night? Hit it on the bed?
¿Alguno se ha golpeado su dedo gordo?
Anybody ever hit? And you go, oh, and it really hurts, right?
Eso duele.
And then you try to walk,
Entonces tratas de caminar
and it doesn't really work.
y no funciona.
But that toe is an intricate part of your body.
Pero ese pulgar es una parte intrigante de tu cuerpo.
So we're to be a nation of priests.
Debemos de ser una nación de sacerdotes.
That's what God wants from us.
Eso es lo que Dios quiere de nosotros.
And that's why we're sitting here at his Pesach.
Y por eso es que estamos sentados aquí en su Pesach.
We go on to the next slide.
Vamos a la siguiente página.
We turn to Exodus 30, verse 19.
Vayan a Éxodo 30, 19.
Exodus 30, verse 19.
Éxodo 30, 19.
Exodus Shemot 30, verse 19.
Éxodo 30, 19.
Aaron and his sons will wash their hands and feet there. Before we eat the Pesach,
Antes de comer el Pesach,
the priesthood is supposed to wash their hands.
el sacerdocio tenía que lavarse las manos.
So I think what might, if we could get 2 ushers,
Creo que necesitamos 2 ujieres.
we're all going to try to wash our hands.
Todos vamos a tratar de hacer el lavado de manos.
The ushers are going to go around the room.
Los ujieres van a estar yendo en círculo.
And what you're going to do is just put your hands over the bowl for a little bit,
Y lo que vas a hacer es poner la mano por encima del lavatorio
and you're going to wash your hands.
y vas a lavarte las manos.
1 second, guys.
Un segundo.
Let me just move to the next slide.
Vamos a movernos a la siguiente
We're
página.
gonna say the prayer.
Vamos a decir la oración.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kedishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al natalat yadleim.
Amén.
And we're gonna wash our hands. And everybody said, Amen.
Amén. Alabamos.
There's a towel on the table. And the ushers are gonna go around if you wish to wash your hands
Los ujieres van a estar pasando si desean lavarse las manos,
in accordance with the commandment that is given.
de acuerdo al mandamiento que fue entregado.
Yeah, do that.
Thank you.
As they're going around doing the hand washing,
Mientras ellos están pasando, haciendo lo del lavado de las manos,
we're going to continue with the Seder
vamos a continuar con el Seder.
because you want to eat by 11, right?
Porque quieres comer antes de las 11, ¿verdad que
You
sí?
see, I changed it from 10:30, right?
Lo cambió desde las 10 y media a
I
las
thought he
11.
said 10:30.
Ya él dijo que a las 10 y media.
Don't worry, the matzo ball soup, it won't get cold.
No, no te preocupes, no se va a enfriar la sopa.
Let's go on to the next slide.
Vamos a la siguiente página.
Now, why are we washing our hands?
¿Por qué estamos lavándonos las manos?
If you turn to Psalm 26, verse 6 and 7.
Si vas al Salmo 26, 6 y 7.
Psalm 26, verse 6 and 7.
Salmos 26, 6 y 7.
Psalm 26.
Salmo 26.
I will wash my hands in innocence and walk around your altar, Jehovah, lifting my voice in thanks and proclaiming all your wonders. So we wash our hands in innocence.
Entonces lavamos nuestras manos en inocencia.
Because we're doing this Pesach in remembrance of Yeshua.
Porque estamos celebrando la Pascua en memoria de Yeshua.
His blood makes us innocent.
Su sangre nos hace inocentes.
And we walk around his altar.
Y caminamos alrededor de su altar.
So this is why we're here on Pesach.
Por eso es que estamos aquí en Pesach.
Going on the next slide.
La próxima página.
Exodus 12, verse 3.
Éxodo 12, 3.
Everybody go, ah.
Todos hagan ah.
All right. That was Rav Will and Rebbitzin Reina's lamb from a couple of years ago.
Ese es el cordero de Rabino Will y su esposa, un par de años atrás.
They ate poor Yitzhak.
Ellos se lo comieron al pobrecito Isaac.
Rebbitzin Reina likes to name the lamb.
A la esposa le gusta ponerle nombre a los corderos.
In Exodus 12, verse 3.
Éxodo 12, 3.
Speak to the congregation of Israel and say, on the 10th day of the month, each man is to take a lamb or kid for his family, one per household. They did this.
Ellos hicieron esto.
They bought a lamb,
Ellos trajeron un cordero,
a perfect lamb,
un cordero perfecto,
and brought it to their house.
y lo trajeron a sus casas.
Going on to the next slide.
La siguiente página
Verse 6.
es el versículo 6.
Verse 6.
Es el versículo 6.
You are to keep it until the 14th day of the month. Then the entire assembly of the community of Israel will slaughter at dusk. This is what Rav Will did a little while ago.
Esto fue lo que Rabino Will hizo hace un tiempito.
He lives in North Carolina.
Él vive en Carolina del Norte.
He did according to God's word.
Él hizo de acuerdo con la palabra de Dios.
He lives on a farm.
Él vive en una granja.
They bought another lamb.
Ellos compraron otro cordero.
And at dusk, earlier tonight,
Y al atardecer, un poquito más antes, en esta noche,
he called the lamb to himself
él llamó el cordero que viniera donde él.
because the lamb knew his voice already.
Porque ya ese cordero reconocía su voz.
So all he had to do was call the lamb,
Todo lo que tuvo que hacer fue llamarlo.
and the lamb came.
Y el cordero se acercó.
He didn't fight his master.
Él no luchó contra su maestro.
And he
Amo.
and here in North Carolina tonight,
Y aquí en Carolina del Norte, hoy,
he slaughtered the lamb at dusk
él lo inmoló, lo mató al caer la noche.
in accordance with this word that was given to us 3,000 years ago.
De acuerdo con esta palabra que se nos entregó 3,000 años atrás.
Let's go on to the next slide.
Vamos a la siguiente página.
But why are we doing this?
¿Por qué estamos haciendo esto?
Turn to Genesis 15.
Busquen Génesis 15.
Genesis 15.
Génesis 15.
Pay attention, Benjamin. Pay attention. Everybody look at the screen. It's like you're watching television. Genesis 15, verse 13.
Génesis 15, 13.
Jehovah said to Abraham, know this for certain, your descendants will be foreigners in a land that is not theirs. They will be slaves and held in oppression for 400 years. This is why we're celebrating the Pesach.
Es por esto que estamos celebrando Pesach.
God already knew that this was going to happen.
Dios ya sabía que esto iba a ocurrir.
So when somebody wants to talk about slavery, the Jews know about slavery.
Entonces, cuando alguien te quiere hablar de esclavitud, los judíos sí saben de esclavitud.
See, when you don't walk with God,
Ves, cuando no caminas con Dios,
then God is going to make you a slave to somebody else.
entonces Dios te vas a provocar que tú seas el esclavo de otro.
So this prophecy happened way before the children of Israel were even born.
Esta profecía aconteció antes que los hijos de Israel naciesen.
But God already knows what's going to happen.
Pero ya Dios conoce lo que va a suceder.
That's why he's taking attendance.
Es por eso que le está pasando lista.
Are you doing what he wants you to do?
Estás haciendo tú lo que Él quiere que hagas.
Going on to the next slide.
La siguiente página.
Turn to Exodus 1.
Éxodo 1.
Exodus 1.
Éxodo 1. Éxodo 1.
Shemot 1, verse 10 and 11.
Éxodo 1, 10 y 11.
Exodus 1, verse 10 and 11.
Éxodo 1, 10 y 11.
Come, let us use wisdom in dealing with them, otherwise they will continue to multiply. In the event more, they might ally themselves with our enemies, fight against us, and lead the land altogether. So they put slave masters over them to oppress them with forced labor, and they built for Pharaoh storage cities of Pittim and Ramesses. So here the Jews became slaves to Pharaoh,
Aquí los judíos se convirtieron en esclavos para el faraón.
and there was a lot of them.
Y había muchos de ellos.
But when you don't want to follow God's laws,
Cuando no quieres seguir las leyes de Dios,
he will make you a slave to somebody else.
Él va a provocar que tú seas esclavo de otra persona.
Let's go on to the next slide.
Vamos a la siguiente página.
Turn to Exodus 2, verse 3.
Vamos a Éxodo 2, 3.
Exodus 2, verse 3.
Éxodo 2, 3.
See, this is part of the Seder.
Esto es parte del Seder.
You have to tell the whole story so the children understand.
Tienes que contar toda la historia para que los niños entiendan.
You don't just get together to have lamb for dinner.
No te reúnes solamente para comer cordero de cena.
We should never forget this happened.
Nunca deberíamos olvidarnos de esto que aconteció.
Because those that forget history
Porque aquellos que se olvidan de la historia
are going to repeat it.
van a repetir lo mismo.
So that's why God said every year.
Por eso es que Dios dice repetidamente cada año.
Exodus 2, verse 3.
Éxodo 2, 3.
When she could no longer hide him, she took a papyrus basket, coated it with clay and tar, and put the child in it, and placed it among the reed of the riverbank. Amen? That's baby Moses in the ark.
Ese es el bebé Moisés en el canasto.
He's not in a basket.
En el arca, no está en un canasto.
It was actually called an ark in the Hebrew.
En el hebreo es un arca.
Because the ark saved the people in the flood.
Porque el arca salvó a las personas en el diluvio.
The ark saved the baby.
El arca salvó a este bebé.
Now let me ask you a question.
Te voy a hacer una pregunta.
Let me ask. Jeanette, who's the little girl in the picture? Who's the girl in the brown? Miriam, that's Moses' sister. Yay, let's give her a hand.
Hey,
That is Moses' sister Miriam.
esa es la hermanita de Moisés, Miriam.
Moses was surrounded by the water,
Moisés estaba rodeado por las aguas
and Miriam watched over him.
y Miriam lo estaba vigilando.
And there you see the Pharaoh's daughter taking the baby into her own care.
Y ahí ves que la hija del faraón toma el niño bajo su cuidado.
Why is this important?
Porque esto es importante.
Because the Pharaoh was trying to kill all the baby boys.
Porque el faraón estaba tratando de matar todos los niños varones.
Imagine if that was happening here.
Imagínense si eso hubiese acontecido acá.
Imagine if there was an order by some man in charge
Imagínense si eso fuera una orden de uno que está en poder,
to kill all the baby boys 2 years and younger.
de matar a todos los bebés de 2 años para abajo.
Pay attention, children.
Pongan atención, niños.
Benjamin, stop running your mouth, or you're going to sit next to me with a dunce hat on. Okay? Imagine if an order came to kill all these children.
Imagínense si se hubiese dado una orden para matar todos estos niños.
Well, that's what happened.
Eso fue lo que aconteció.
To just kill all the boys.
Mata a todos los varones.
Why is that important?
Porque esto es importante.
Let's go to the next slide.
Vamos a la siguiente página.
On the left, you see Miriam watching over Moshe.
A la izquierda ves a Miriam que está vigilando a Moisés.
On the right, you see, what is Yeshua's mother's name?
A la derecha, como puedes ver, ¿cuál es el nombre de la madre de Yeshua?
Itamar, what is Yeshua's mommy's name? Mary,
¿Cuál es el
right?
nombre?
No?
¿Es María?
Huh?
No,
Miriam.
es Miriam.
Yeshua's mom's name is not Mary.
El nombre de la madre de Yeshua no es María.
There are no little Jewish girls with the name of Mary.
No hay niñas pequeñas judías con el nombre de María.
That is a Catholic name.
Ese es un nombre católico.
And Messiah is not Catholic.
Y el Mesías no es un católico.
Okay? So Miriam
Entonces Miriam
was watching over the baby surrounded by the water.
estaba vigilando a este niño que estaba rodeado por el agua.
Yeshua, before he was born, was surrounded by water in the mother's womb.
Antes que Yeshua naciese, estaba él rodeado de agua en el vientre de su madre.
Pharaoh tried to kill all the baby boys.
Faraón trató de matar a todos los niños varones.
Going on to the next slide.
Vamos a la siguiente página.
What happened in the New Testament?
¿Qué acontece en el Nuevo Testamento?
Herod tried to kill the Messiah, right?
Herodes trató de matar al Mesías, ¿verdad?
He tried to kill all the babies,
Él
right?
trató de matar a todos los bebés.
Let's go on to the next slide.
Vamos a la siguiente página.
Miriam watched over the baby.
Miriam estaba vigilando el bebé.
She watched over the baby Moses.
Ella estaba vigilando al bebé Moisés.
Go on to the next slide.
La próxima página.
Miriam watched over the baby Yeshua.
Miriam estaba vigilando al cuidado del bebé Yeshua.
Going on to the next slide.
La próxima página.
Moshe means drawn from the water.
Moisés quiere decir sacado de las aguas.
Yeshua said, I am the living water.
Yeshua dice, yo soy el agua viva.
Going on to the next slide.
La próxima página.
Moshe is the deliverer of Israel.
Moisés es el libertador de Israel.
Going on to the next slide.
La próxima página.
Yeshua is the deliverer of the world.
Yeshua es el libertador del mundo.
Going on to the next slide.
La siguiente página.
In Exodus 2,
En Éxodo 2,
verse 11 through 15,
del versículo 11 hasta el 15,
we see Moshe killing an Egyptian.
vemos que Moisés mata a un egipcio
And then he had to leave Egypt.
y tuvo que dejar Egipto.
He had spent 40 years in Pharaoh's house,
Él pasó 40 años en la casa del faraón,
but now he was going to run for his life.
pero ahora él estaba escapando por su vida.
Going on to the next slide.
La siguiente página.
So then, he's in the desert for 40 years,
Entonces él está en el desierto por 40 años.
and then he sees this bush burning.
Entonces ve este arbusto que se está quemando.
And he says, I'm going to go over there and find out what it is, Exodus 3.
Entonces en Éxodo 3 dice, yo voy a ir a averiguar qué es lo que está pasando ahí.
And God says to him,
Y Dios le dice,
in verse 5,
en el versículo 5,
he said, don't come any closer.
le dijo, no te acerques,
Take your sandals off your feet,
quítate la sandalia,
because the place where you are standing is
porque el
holy
lugar
ground.
donde tú estás es lugar santo.
He called Moses into his service.
Él llamó a Moisés a su servicio.
Moses was 80 years old.
Moisés tenía 80 años de edad.
He spent 40 years in the desert talking to sheep.
Él pasó 40 años en el desierto hablando con ovejas.
Everybody make your sheep sound.
Todos hagan el sonido de
Make a sheep
ovejas.
sound.
Sonido de ovejas.
Come on, Mia, make a sheep sound. Benjamin, the sheep sound.
Sonido de ovejas.
Bah. Imagine 40 years listening to that.
Imagínense por 40 años escuchando esto. Silencio.
And then God calls Moses into his service.
Entonces Dios le hace el llamamiento a Moisés,
And he says, you're standing on holy ground.
donde le dice el lugar donde tú estás es lugar
At
santo.
first, Moses didn't want the job.
Al principio Moisés no quería el trabajo,
But God gave Moses an offer he couldn't refuse.
pero Dios le hizo una oferta que él no pudo negarse.
Going on to the next slide.
La próxima página.
So he sent Moses back
Envió a Moisés de vuelta
to Egypt.
hacia Egipto.
Turn to Exodus 4, verse 26.
Vamos a Éxodo 4, 26.
Exodus 4, verse 26.
Éxodo 4, 26.
Exodus 4, Shemot 4.
Éxodo 4,
Sit. Sit over here with the rest of the kids. There you go. But then God let Moshe be. She added a bloody bridegroom because of the circumcision. Moses forgot to circumcise at least one of his children.
A Moisés se le olvidó circuncidar por lo menos a uno de sus hijos.
So Moses was going back to Egypt,
Moisés estaba yendo de regreso a Egipto
and an angel was going to kill him
y un ángel lo iba a matar
because he forgot the circumcision.
porque él olvidó la circuncisión.
And his wife, Zipporah,
Y su esposa Sephora
saw the angel.
vio el ángel.
I'm sure there was no crying, Hannah. She's got sympathy pains for one of Moses' son. Okay? So, why is this important to know?
Porque es importante saber esto.
What was Moses driving back to Egypt?
¿Para qué Moisés estaba regresando a Egipto?
He's driving a Jeep, right?
¿O en qué él estaba regresando? En un
He's driving a
Jeep,
Cadillac.
en un Cadillac.
He's driving a Hyundai. He was driving a Dodge Ram, a Ford F-150.
Él estaba guiando un buen carro de vuelta.
What was he driving back?
¿En qué él estaba viajando?
A burro.
En un burro.
He was driving a donkey.
Él estaba montado en un burro.
Why was he driving a donkey?
Porque él estaba montado en un burro.
I thought he was rich.
Yo pensaba que él era rico.
He couldn't afford a camel or something?
No tenía dinero ni para un camello,
A horse?
ni para un caballo.
Why was he driving a donkey?
Porque él estaba montado en un burro.
It's very important.
Es muy importante.
Let's go on to the next slide.
Vamos a la siguiente página.
Moshe was sent by God to deliver the people out of bondage.
Moisés fue enviado por Dios para liberar al pueblo de la esclavitud.
Yeshua was sent by God
Yeshua fue enviado por Dios
to deliver the people out of bondage.
para libertar al pueblo de la esclavitud.
Going on to the next slide.
La siguiente página.
Moshe rides a donkey back to Egypt.
Moisés se montó en un burro de vuelta para regresar a Egipto.
Next slide.
La siguiente página.
Yeshua rides a donkey.
Yeshua se montó en un burro.
Next slide.
La próxima página.
Moshe carries a staff of wood.
Moisés llevó una vara de madera.
Next slide.
La próxima página.
Yeshua carries a cross of wood.
Yeshua tomó una cruz de madera.
Everybody seeing the parallels why you need to celebrate the Pesach?
Están viendo aquí las similitudes por qué debemos celebrar la Pascua.
Next slide.
La próxima página.
Shh. Moshe is called the bridegroom of blood.
Moisés se llama el esposo de sangre.
Yeshua is called the bridegroom of blood.
Yeshua se llama el esposo de sangre o novio de sangre.
This is why we sit down the Passover,
Es por esto que nos sentamos en la Pascua,
to see the fulfillment of God's word.
para ver el cumplimiento de la palabra de Dios.
Going on to the next slide.
La siguiente página.
Exodus 12, verse 8.
Éxodo 12:8.
Exodus 12, verse 8.
Éxodo 12:8.
That night they are to eat meat roasted in the fire. They're to eat it with matzah and maror. So tonight we're following God's commandment.
Entonces hoy estamos siguiendo el mandamiento de Dios.
Because God said no matter where you live,
Porque Dios dice, no importa dónde vivas,
that you're to do what God said.
que debes de hacer lo que Dios quiere.
And if you're not getting into heaven.
Y si no lo estás haciendo, no vas para el cielo.
It's that simple.
Es así de simple.
Because Yeshua said to do this in remembrance of me.
Porque Yeshua dijo que hicieran esto en memoria de él.
Going on to the next slide.
La próxima página.
There's some things on our Seder dish that we need to remember.
Hay algunas cosas en el plato de Seder que necesitamos recordar.
Going on to the next slide.
La próxima página.
On our Seder dish,
En nuestro plato de Seder
we're going to see matzah.
vamos a ver la matzah.
We're going to see matzah.
Vamos a ver matzah.
You're going to see it on your Seder dish over there.
Lo vas a ver en el plato.
There. The matzah is called the bread of affliction.
La matzah se llama el pan de aflicción.
The matzah is called the bread of affliction.
La matzah se llama el pan de aflicción.
Going on to the next slide.
La siguiente página.
We're going to lift, everybody lift the matzah up. Take a piece of matzah.
Tomen un pedacito de matzah.
Everybody lift their matzah.
Levántenla, por favor.
Nice and high.
Muy alta.
And say, Baruch,
Baruch,
Atah,
Atah,
Adonai,
Adonai,
Eloheinu,
Eloheinu,
Melech,
Melech,
Haolam,
Haolam,
Hamotzi,
Hamotzi,
Lechem,
Lechem,
Min,
Min,
Haaretz.
Haaretz.
Amen. And take a
Amén.
bite of your matzah.
Dele una mordida.
Yum, yum, yum.
Muy rica.
Does anybody want one of the round matzahs?
Aguas.
We got another box. The round matzah. The round.
Las matzas redondas. Gracias, hermano.
Yeah, where?
Que si quieres de
Yeah, you
las
can get that
redondas.
one out. And there was another box. This is the kind Yeshua would have had.
Ese es el tipo de matzah que Yeshua comió.
This is the kind you get in Israel.
Es de ese tipo de matzas son las que se hacen en Israel.
And it's kind of good.
Ay, son muy buenas.
It's a little flat.
Es un poquito plana.
Okay, going on to the next slide.
La próxima página.
Now, why do we have the matzah?
Ahora, ¿por qué tenemos la matzah?
Matzah has no leavening.
La matzah no tiene levadura.
This is a real interesting one.
Eso es muy interesante.
There you see a picture of Yeshua with Pilate.
Ahí ves una imagen de Yeshua con Pilato.
Going on to the next slide.
La siguiente página.
Pilate said of Yeshua, he has no leavening.
Pilato le dijo a Yeshua que él no tenía levadura.
Going on to the next slide.
La siguiente página.
Matzah is striped.
La matzah tiene
Anybody striped? Striped.
rayas, tiene bueno, llagas.
Porque dice por su llaga
Eh,
by his stripes we are healed. Por sus llagas.
llagas o
It says
arrugas.
rajas in this.
Llagas.
Raya,
Rayas.
rayas.
Okay?
Rayas.
Matzah is striped. Look at the stripes on it.
Tiene las rayas, la matzah. Miren las rayas.
All right. We got the word? We in agreement with that? Rayas? R-A-Y-A-S.
Rayas.
Rayas. Okay? Now we go on to the next slide.
Vamos a la siguiente página.
When Yeshua went through his trials,
Cuando Yeshua pasó por su prueba,
they whipped him 39 times.
le dieron azotazos 39 veces.
And that would make him striped all over his back.
Y ahí eso le hizo llagas o rayas en toda su espalda.
No, Yeshua.
En la traducción dice llagas.
Going on to this. Next slide.
La próxima página.
Matzah is pierced. Look, it's got holes in it.
La matzah está perforada. Mira,
Hold your
tiene,
matzah up
tiene
to the light.
huequitos. Ponla a la luz.
You see it's got holes in it, right?
Tiene perforaciones.
This one's got holes in it. Matzah is pierced.
La matzah tiene perforaciones, tiene huecos.
Going on to the next slide.
La próxima página.
Yeshua is pierced.
A Yeshua también lo traspasaron.
There you quiet, please.
Silencio, por favor.
When I'm talking, please don't talk. We're trying to translate. You see a very good picture of the crucifixion.
Ves ahí una buena imagen de la crucifixión.
Messiah was not pierced in his hand.
Yeshua no fue traspasado, perforado en su mano.
The nail went through this part of his arm.
El clavo fue a través de la muñeca.
In Hebrew, the word yad, hand,
En el hebreo la palabra para mano
is from the middle finger
es desde el dedo del medio
to your elbow.
hasta el codo.
That is yad in Hebrew, hand.
Ese es mano en hebreo.
Okay? If it went through his hand,
No fue a través de la mano.
it would not have been able to hold his body up on the cross.
Si hubiese sido así, no hubiese podido aguantar el cuerpo en la cruz.
And it would have broken some bones.
Y hubiese quebrantado algunos huesos.
But everybody take their finger. Put your left hand up.
Todos levanten su mano izquierda.
Take your right first finger.
Tomen su primer dedo de la mano derecha.
Put it by your thumb, by your wrist.
Ponla ahí en el dedo mayor, pulgar.
And then go and feel the bone on by your thumb.
Puedes sentir ahí tu hueso.
And then move your finger to the middle.
Ahora muévelo al medio.
You're going to feel a hole.
Ahí vas a sentir un hueco.
That's where the nail went through.
Por ahí lo traspasaron.
That's what held Messiah on the cross besides his love.
Eso fue lo que pudo aguantarlo ahí en la cruz.
But that's why we eat the matzah.
Por eso es que comemos la matzah.
Shh, quiet, children.
Silencio.
No talking. Okay? And when it happened, it cut the nerve.
Y cuando sucedió esto, cortó el nervio.
So Messiah is hanging from the cross. He can't even move his arms.
Entonces el Mesías está colgado de la cruz, no puede ni siquiera mover sus brazos.
And he did that because he loves us.
Y él hizo eso porque él nos ama.
So this is why we celebrate Passover.
Por eso es que celebramos la Pascua.
Because we're sitting tonight
Porque estamos sentados esta noche
and we're going to eat a meal like he did.
y vamos a comer una cena como él lo hizo.
Because he put the nail in his hand for us.
Porque él le pusieron este clavo en su muñeca por nosotros.
And that's why each year we do this.
Y por eso es que cada año hacemos esto.
Because when you forget what he did for you,
Porque cuando te olvidas lo que él hizo por ti,
then you disrespect him.
entonces le estás faltando el respeto.
And if you disrespect him, you're not getting into heaven.
Y si tú le faltas el respeto, no vas a entrar al cielo.
Let's go on to the next slide.
La próxima página.
Matzah is the blood of affliction.
La matzah es el pan de aflicción.
Yeshua was afflicted for our sins.
Y Yeshua fue afligido por nuestros pecados.
So when you're biting your matzah,
Entonces cuando estás mordiendo tu matzah,
remember what Yeshua did for us.
acuérdate lo que Yeshua hizo por nosotros.
Going on to the next slide.
La próxima página.
Oh, Martin, come close.
Oh,
Oh. Now there's two. Now here on your dish,
aquí en tu plato
we have bitter herbs.
tenemos hierbas amargas. Silencio, por favor.
Sheka bavakasha.
Uy.
Give him no, that's too little. Okay. Now we're going to taste a little bit of the bitter herbs.
Ahora vamos a saborear un poquito de las hierbas amargas.
Veronica, is yours the white or the red? Both. Which one's hotter?
¿Cuál está más picante, la
The
roja o
white?
la blanca?
All right. There's two types of, quiet please, children. There's two types of the bitter herbs.
Hay dos clases de hierbas amargas.
The white is the hotter of the two.
La blanca es la que está más amarga de
Where
todas.
Martin's going to eat lots of the white.
Y Martín va a comer mucha de la blanca.
Going on to the next slide.
La siguiente página.
All right, get a piece of matzah.
Tomen un pedazo de matzah
Martin, here, let me give you a piece of matzah.
para Martín.
You giving them a big one? Give me more.
Uy.
Okay. Here you go, Marty. Marty!
Ahí tienes.
All right, take a piece of matzah.
Tomen un pedazo de matzah.
Aquí, mi hermano.
Testimonio.
All right, everybody get a piece of matzah.
Todos tomen un pedazo de matzah.
Everybody got it? All your kids got it?
Todos
Jennifer,
tienen
that's
matzah.
lame. Get some more. All right, every kid get a little bit.
Salud.
Has every adult got some?
Todos los adultos tienen su matzah.
Why do we eat the bitter herbs?
¿Por qué comemos las hierbas amargas?
Because bondage is painful.
Porque la esclavitud es dolorosa.
All right, we say Baruch,
Decimos Baruch,
Atah,
Atah,
Adonai,
Adonai,
Eloheinu,
Eloheinu,
Melech,
Melech,
Haolam,
Haolam,
Asher,
Asher,
Kedishanu,
Kedishanu,
Bomitsvotav,
Bomishpotai,
Bitzivanu,
Betzivanu,
Ahelot,
Ahelo,
Maror.
Moror.
Everybody say amen.
Amén, Martín.
And watch Marty.
Uy. Qué rico.
Woo!
I got the faces.
Well,
Got the tear on the corner of his eye.
Qué rico.
whoa, that was some hot. That reminded me of my dad.
Eso está picante.
If you had a cold and clogged sinuses, you do not have one now.
Si tenías gripe, ahora ya no tienes.
Oiga, Volt. You can take an extra bit. It's take some water. Actually take another piece of matzah with nothing on it.
I'll do it later. I'll do it later. Necesito un pedacito más. Gracias, hermano. Gracias, hermano.
What time is gonna be the full question?
It's very hot.
All right, let's keep moving on with our Seder.
Continuamos con el Seder.
All right. Why do we have the maror?
Porque tenemos estas hierbas amargas.
Now we got to know why we're doing this.
Ahora debemos de entender por qué estamos haciendo esto.
Because sin is bitter.
Porque el pecado es amargo.
Going on to next slide.
La siguiente página.
You know when Yeshua was on the cross?
¿Sabe que cuando Yeshua estaba en la cruz?
Quiet, please.
Silencio, por favor.
They gave Yeshua bitter wine.
Le dieron a Yeshua un vino amargo.
Going on to next slide.
Vamos a la siguiente página.
The maror that you ate is a root.
Eso es una raíz, ese maror.
Okay? It's a bitter herb is a root.
Esa hierba amarga es una raíz.
Going on to next slide.
La siguiente página.
It says of Messiah, Yeshua would be a root out of dry ground.
Dice que a Yeshua lo pusieron de raíz en la tierra seca.
Going on to next slide.
La siguiente página.
To get the maror, you have to crush it.
Para obtener el maror tienes que triturarlo.
Going on to next slide.
La siguiente página.
Yeshua was crushed for our iniquities.
Yeshua también fue molido o triturado por nuestras iniquidades.
We got a while to go, guys. The more times I have to stop, the longer you're going to wait. The next part on your Seder dish is these karpas.
La siguiente parte son estas hojas, carpas.
The karpas
Carpas
is tears of sadness and tears of joy.
son lágrimas de tristeza y lágrimas de regocijo.
Everybody take a piece of the karpas
Todos tomen un pedacito de esta hierba
and dip it in the water on the dish.
y remójalo en el agua.
Because, quiet, please,
Silencio,
children.
por favor.
Children, come on. You're gonna wait a long time to eat, and I'll make you go last. Okay. Dip the karpas in the salt water.
Por favor, sumérgelo ahí en el agua salada.
This is to remind us
Eso es para recordarnos
on how many tears we cried when we were slaves.
en cuántas lágrimas nosotros lloramos cuando éramos esclavos.
We say Baruch,
Dices Baruch,
Atah,
Atah,
Adonai,
Adonai,
Eloheinu,
Eloheinu,
Melech,
Melech,
Haolam,
Haolam,
Borei,
Borei,
Peri,
Puri,
Ha'adamah.
Ha'adamah.
Did you get? You got the karpas?
Yeah. It's bringing more.
Going on to the next slide.
La siguiente página.
All right.
Gracias.
This is why the kids ask, why are we doing this?
Por eso es que los niños están preguntando por qué hacemos esto.
Because we don't want to have to be enslaved again.
Porque no queremos volver a ser esclavos otra vez.
How many people want to be slaves?
¿Cuántas personas quieren ser esclavos?
How many people want to be slave to man?
¿Cuántas personas quieren ser esclavos de los hombres?
I don't think it's going to be very fun, right?
Yo no creo que eso va a ser entretenido.
So we look at the slide here.
Entonces miramos acá esta página.
This reminds us of tears of bondage.
Esto nos trae a la memoria las lágrimas de la esclavitud.
Going on to the next slide.
La siguiente página.
Tears when we were away from God.
lágrimas cuando nos alejamos de Dios.
Because when you're away from God,
Porque
there's-
cuando te alejas de Dios,
how many people have cried tears when they were away from God?
¿cuántas personas han llorado lágrimas cuando se alejan de Dios?
Going on to next slide.
La próxima página.
Tears of joy.
Lágrimas de gozo,
Like when Rabbi found out
como cuando Robert recibió la noticia
that he was finally going to have a son. Not that his daughters are bad,
que finalmente iba a tener un varoncito. No que
But
las niñas sean malas,
but I'm sure
pero estoy seguro
he gave thanks to the Lord.
que él le dio gracias al Señor.
And I know Rebbe and Veronica did.
Y yo sé que Robinson Verónica sí.
I'm
se
giving
las dio.
my husband a boy, a son.
Le estoy dando a mi esposo un hijo, un varón.
Tears of joy.
Estas lágrimas de gozo, de alegría.
Going on to next slide.
La siguiente página.
You know God is going to wipe away our tears in heaven.
¿Sabe que Dios va a secar tus lágrimas en el cielo?
Quiet, children. In Revelation 7 verse 17, God is going to wipe away our tears.
En el libro de Revelaciones dice que Dios va a secar nuestras lágrimas.
That's a loving God.
Ese es un Dios que ama.
That's a great God.
Ese es un grandioso Dios.
That's why we call him Avinu,
Por
our
eso es que lo
Father.
llamamos nuestro Padre, Avinu.
Everybody want to learn another name for God?
¿Todos quieren aprender otro nombre para Dios?
Everybody want to say Avinu.
Todos quieren decir Avinu.
That means our Father.
Eso quiere decir nuestro Padre.
Hannah, don't worry. He loves you too. Hannah. Hannah. All right, let's go on to let's go on to the next part.
La siguiente parte.
The next part on the Seder dish is the charoset.
La siguiente parte es el horostet.
Now this is sweet.
Esto es dulce.
You don't need to talk, kids. All right, everybody get a piece of matzah.
Todos tomen un pedazo de maxa.
If you are allergic to walnuts or nuts,
Si eres alérgico a las nueces,
make sure you have the other one, okay?
asegúrate que tengas el otro.
Because we made some. This is sweet. It's got apples, honeys, and nut.
Es dulce, tiene manzana, nueces y miel.
Sometimes you feel like a nut.
A veces-
Sometimes you don't.
Ok.
All right, next slide.
La siguiente página.
The charoset
El horostet
reminds us of the bricks that we built for Pharaoh.
nos trae a la memoria los ladrillos que construimos para el faraón.
Going on to the next slide.
La próxima página
This reminds us
nos recuerda
that we should build our house on the rock.
que debemos de edificar nuestra casa sobre la roca.
When you build your house upon the rock,
Cuando tú edificas tu casa en la roca,
no matter what storm happens,
no importa qué tormenta acontezca,
you will not break.
no te vas a romper o derrumbar.
Let's go on to the next slide.
La próxima página.
We build our house on a strong foundation.
Edificamos nuestra casa en el fundamento fuerte.
Going on to the next slide.
La próxima página.
We dig ourselves a deep foundation.
Excavamos unos cimientos profundos.
Now there's no prayer for this one. Just eat
No hay
some.
oración para esto, solamente cómanselo.
Now we come to the 4 questions, Rebbe and Kelly.
Ahora vamos a las preguntas.
Now the children are going to do something.
Los niños van a estar haciendo algo.
During this time of the year,
Durante este tiempo del año,
the kids ask a bunch of questions like,
los niños hacen un montón de preguntas.
hold on a second. Rebbe and
momento.
Kelly's got to find something.
Why do we eat bitter herbs?
¿Por qué comemos hierbas amargas?
Why do we dip our fingers?
Porque empapamos con nuestros...
So these questions have been asked for thousands of years.
Estas preguntas se han hecho por miles de años.
Even Rabbi learned these questions when he was a kid.
Hasta el rabino aprendió estas
I was the
preguntas cuando él
youngest.
era un niño.
Okay. And we're doing the funky monkey version. Okay.
Come on now.
Gentlemen, eyes up here, everybody, remember?
All right, sing it loud, sing it good, sing it to the Lord. Now, what they sang, everybody,
Ahora lo que ellos cantaron
is how is this night different from all other nights?
se trata de que porque esta noche es diferente a las demás.
Quiet, children.
Silencio, por favor.
On all other nights we eat bread or matzah.
En las demás noches comemos pan
Pan o matzah.
o matzah.
On this night, why do we eat only matzah?
En esta noche porque solo comemos matzah.
It's up there for you. On all other nights, we eat all kinds of vegetables except for me.
En las demás noches comemos todo tipo de vegetal.
On this night, why do we only eat bitter herbs?
En esta noche porque solo comemos hierbas amargas.
On all other nights, we do not dip our vegetables even once.
En todas las noches no untamos nuestros vegetales ni una sola vez.
On this night, we dip them twice.
En esta noche lo hundimos en el agua 2 veces.
On all other nights, we eat our meals sitting or reclining.
En las demás noches comemos los alimentos reclinándonos o sentándonos.
On this night, why do we eat only reclining?
En esta noche porque solo la comemos cuando nos reclinamos.
That's what the children were singing about.
De eso estaban cantando los niños.
Because this night is a different night.
Porque esta noche es una noche diferente.
Now we're going to get into the second cup of wine.
Ahora vamos a la segunda copa de vino.
We're getting closer.
Nos estamos
So
acercando.
pour your grape juice.
Por favor, sírvete el vino, el jugo de uva.
The second cup of wine.
No, I'm good.
The second cup of wine
Otro poquito. La segunda copa de vino
is for the plagues.
es para las plagas. Thank you. Muchas gracias, hermano.
Are the kids going to be doing the plagues?
Los niños van a estar
You
haciendo las
want them to
plagas.
go over there now? All right, children,
Los niños.
go over to Robinson Veronica.
Los niños acompañan
Levante.
a Robinson Verónica.
Okay, go over there. All the kids are going to do the plagues.
Todos los niños van a estar haciendo las plagas.
Walk, walk, walk. All right. While the children are getting ready,
Los niños se están preparando.
we lift up our second cup of wine.
Vamos a levantar nuestra segunda copa de vino.
We say Baruch, Baruch,
Decimos Baruch,
Atah,
Atah,
Adonai,
Adonai,
Eloheinu,
Eloheinu,
Melech,
Melech,
Haolam,
Haolam,
Borei,
Borei,
Peri,
Peri,
Hagafen.
Hagafen.
Drink your second cup of wine. Now we're going to talk about the plagues.
Ahora vamos a hablar acerca de las plagas.
Now, the plagues people don't talk about enough.
La gente no habla lo suficiente acerca de las plagas.
Each one, shh, adults,
Silencio, por favor.
please. This is why it's a teaching ministry.
Por eso es que este es un ministerio de enseñanza.
The more we make God happy,
Mientras más tenemos a Dios feliz o contento,
because the world out there is not a nice place,
porque el mundo allá afuera no es un lugar agradable
and it's getting worse.
y se está empeorando.
Abraham had a conversation with Jehovah,
Abraham tuvo una conversación con Jehová
and he said, if there were 50 in Saddam, would you kill them?
y él le dijo que si hubiesen habido 50 en Sadán, él lo hubiese destruido.
And Jehovah said no.
Y Jehová le dijo que no.
Abraham said, if there were 40, would you kill them?
Y si hubiesen 40, ¿lo destruirías?
And he said no.
Y él dijo no.
He worked it all the way down to 10.
Lo rebajó todo hasta 10.
And God said, if there were 10 righteous in the city,
Y Dios dijo que si hubiesen visto 10 que fuesen justos
that he
en la
would
ciudad,
not destroy the city.
que él no iba a destruir la ciudad.
We got to keep God happy.
Nosotros debemos mantener a Dios contento.
God doesn't have to change, we do.
Dios no tiene que cambiar, nosotros sí.
So this is why we're taking our time with the Seder.
Por eso es que estamos tomando nuestro tiempo con el Seder.
But it requires you paying attention.
Pero esto requiere que prestes atención.
How many people want to make God happy?
¿Cuántas personas quieren que Dios esté contento?
How many people want more blessings in their home?
¿Cuántas personas quieren más bendiciones en sus hogares?
How many people want more health in their body?
¿Cuántas personas quieren más salud en sus cuerpos?
How many people want other family members to know Messiah?
¿Cuántas personas quieren que sus familiares conozcan al Mesías?
You can do that
Tú puedes hacer eso
by making God happy.
por mantener feliz a Dios.
Noah was righteous. He was the only one righteous.
Noé fue justo, él era el único justo.
And he was able to save his whole family.
Y él pudo salvar toda su familia.
So this is why we got to learn why God did what he did.
Es por esto que debemos aprender por qué Dios hizo lo que hizo.
So the first plague happens in Exodus chapter 7.
La primera plaga acontece en Éxodo 7.
The first plague is called Dam.
La primera plaga de la oscuridad.
It's when the blood, Dam.
Tinieblas.
Okay, the first plague was blood,
La primera plaga es la sangre.
the whole Nile River, and everything else turned from water into blood.
Todo se convirtió de agua a sangre.
Are we ready there in the children's ministry to turn water into blood? Da-dun, 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 da-dun. I'm waiting for the blood.
La sangre.
The kids are going to turn water into blood.
Los niños van a convertir el agua en sangre.
Martin, could you check on them if they got the blood ready? All right, let's. You got to bring that up front.
No.
Look, there's fish swimming in the ocean. Look at the fish.
Ahí están los peces en el océano. Miren los peces.
Plague number 1.
La plaga número 1.
The water turned into blood.
La sangre el
Children.
agua se convirtió en sangre.
Turn the water into blood.
A los niños que conviertan el agua en sangre.
Okay, we're turning the water into blood.
Estamos convirtiendo el agua en sangre.
Moses went to Pharaoh and said, "Let my people go."
Moisés fue a donde el faraón y le dijo, deja que mi pueblo se marche.
And Pharaoh said, "No."
Y el faraón le dijo,
And
no.
God said to Moses, "Say, I'm going to turn the water into blood."
Entonces Moisés le dijo, voy a convertir las aguas en sangre.
So let's turn the water into blood. Watch this. Watch
Vamos
what
a
happens.
convertir
Hold your cup up real
el
high.
agua en sangre.
Oh no, look at that.
Uy,
Oh! The water turned into blood.
el agua se convirtió en sangre.
Ew, ew. Who wants to drink bloody water?
¿Quién quiere beber esta agua ensangrentada?
Ew, ew. Show it up high. Nanina, show it up high to
Enséñale
everybody.
el agua.
That was water, now it's blood.
Eso era agua
Ew.
y ahora es sangre. Qué
Everybody
asco.
go,
Qué
ew.
asco.
And you know there was no fresh water for 7 days.
Y no había agua fresca por 7 días.
That not just the Nile turned blood.
No solamente el Nilo se convirtió en sangre,
Now why did God do this?
porque Dios tuvo que hacer esto.
Next slide.
La siguiente página.
God was striking down another God.
Dios estaba quitando otro Dios, le estaba golpeando a otro Dios.
God struck down the god Osiris,
Dios estaba golpeando a este Dios
the
Osiris,
god of earth and vegetation of Egypt.
el Dios de la tierra y de la vegetación en Egipto.
God was saying, I'm the only God.
Dios estaba diciendo, yo soy el único Dios.
Going on to the next plague.
La siguiente plaga.
Then in Exodus 8, verse 2 through 4,
En Éxodo 8, del 2 al 4.
if you refuse to let them go,
Si
I will strike all the territory with frogs. The river will swarm with frogs. They will go up, enter your palace, and go into your bedroom, into your bed. They will enter your houses and of your servants, and your people will go into your ovens, kneading bowls. The frogs will climb all over you. Look, here come the frogs. Ribbit, ribbit. Everybody go,
Viene la
ribbit.
rana.
Everybody, all the adults,
Ribbit, 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 ribbit. They're in your bed. They're in, and this was Zippardea. Everybody say Zippardea.
Si por there.
You're a frog, Ellie. You've turned into a frog. My granddaughter is a frog.
Su nieta es un sapo.
Did you stick your tongue out at me, Ellie? Do it again. Blow through the
Es una
Ellie.
rana.
Blow. Stick your tongue out at Papa. Stick your tongue out at Papa. Rogers and Hammerstein, they are not. All right, that was against another God.
Eso fue en contra de otro Dios.
That was the god Hecht,
Ese era el Dios Hek,
the wife of the creator of the world.
el Dios de la creación del mundo. La esposa del Dios del creador del mundo.
Okay, so God struck down the second god in Egypt.
Dios golpeó a este segundo Dios de Egipto.
The third plague,
La tercera plaga.
the third plague
La tercera plaga
was Kinim.
era Quinín.
Everybody say Kinim.
Quinín
It was chapter 8, verse 16 through 18.
es el capítulo 8 del 16 al 18.
Jehovah said to Moshe, say to Aaron, reach out your staff and strike the dust of the ground. It will become lice throughout the land of Egypt. They did it. Aaron reached out his hand and staff and struck the dust on the ground. There were lice on people and animals, the dust of the ground because of lice throughout the whole. Look, ew, Nathaniel, what happened? Ew.
Llegó el
Wow,
piojo.
look at the size of that.
Mira el tamaño de ese piojo.
That must be a Mexican bug.
Ese tiene que ser un piojo mexicano.
That's almost as big as a cucaracha.
Eso parece una cucaracha. All right.
Nathaniel, that's crazy. But he's got a happy face.
Una locura.
That's a happy bug. All right. That was against another god.
Eso fue en contra de otro Dios.
That was against the god Geb.
Eso fue en contra de este Dios Ger.
Okay? That was the god of the earth.
Ese era el Dios de la tierra.
That was the third plague.
Esa era la tercera plaga.
7 more to go.
7 más faltan.
Going on to the next plague, Exodus 8, verse 20 to 24.
Éxodo 8 del 20 al 24, la siguiente plaga.
Jehovah said to Moshe, get up early in the morning. No, I don't like to get up early in the morning. But Jehovah said, get up early. Stand before Pharaoh as he goes out to the water and say to him,
Here's what Jehovah says. Let my people go so they can worship me. Otherwise, if you won't let my people go, I will send swarms of insects. Your servants and your people into your houses, and the houses of the Egyptians will be full of swarms of insects. And likewise, the ground they stand on, but I will set apart the land of Goshen, where my people live. No swarms of insects will be there. So you can realize that I am Jehovah right there in the land. Yes, I will distinguish between my people and your people, and the sign will happen tomorrow. Jehovah did it. Terrible swarms of insects. Look at the bugs. Look at the bugs. They're flying around. The bugs.
Los insectos están volando.
The bugs.
Los insectos.
The insectos. This was, everybody say arob.
A robe.
Arob.
A robe.
Look, Arlena. Arlena's got a bug on her head. Because she really bugs me. Make the noise. Everybody.
now what was this?
¿Qué era esto?
This was against another god.
Eso fue en contra de otro Dios.
We're going to get to a god in a minute that you're going to recognize.
Vamos a llegar a unos dioses que tú lo vas a reconocer.
This was against Ammon-Ra,
Esto fue en contra de Amon-Ra.
the king god, the head of a beetle. He had a beetle on his head, not John Paul, George, or
Él
Ringo.
tenía un escarabajo en su cabeza.
Okay? Going on to the next plague, plague number 5.
La plaga número 5.
This was Deber.
The bear.
Everybody say Deber.
The bear.
Okay? This is from Exodus 9, verse 2 through 5.
If you refuse to let them go and persist in holding on to them, the hand of Jehovah is on your livestock in the field, on the horses, donkeys, camels, cattle, flocks. You will make them suffer a devastating illness, but Jehovah will distinguish between Egypt and Israel's livestock. Nothing belonging to the people of Israel will die. Jehovah determined the exact time and saying, tomorrow Jehovah will do this in the land. Okay? So there you see a cow with the sun god.
Ahí ves una vaca, el dios del sol.
Oh, poor cow.
Pobre vaquita.
Poor cow, Sasha.
Pobre vaquita.
Poor, everybody say, poor cow.
Pobre vaquita.
Poor cow.
Pobre vaca.
That's what happened to my cow.
Eso es lo que le sucedió a su vaca.
He's a dead moo. Everybody go moo. Moo. Okay? This was against another god.
Esto fue en contra de otro dios.
This was against Hathor.
Esto fue en contra de Hathor.
Okay? What did Hathor do?
¿Qué hizo este Hathor?
This was a cow goddess of love.
Este fue una dios vaca del amor.
Yep, she was a cow goddess of love. Okay.
Una diosa del amor.
Remember when Aaron made a cow? This is the God he made.
Acuérdate cuando cuando Aarón levantó el becerro, esta es esta diosa.
Going on to the next slide.
La siguiente página.
We're going on to the 6th plague.
Vamos a la sexta plaga.
This is in Exodus 9.
Esto está en Éxodo 9.
This is Shechin. Everybody say Shechin.
Shechin.
Okay, this is boils.
Estos son las llagas.
Okay. Look, poor Brian. No, that's Michael. Oh, it must be painful, Nina and Brian. Oh, Moses, you put your hand on the muffler again. Ew!
Las llagas.
Huh? Oh,
Everybody, we missed one cow.
Se nos olvidó una vaca.
another one bites the dust. Oh, walk around.
vaca.
Yay, everybody say, was that Hector?
Moo.
Or is that Franklin? Franklin, walk around.
Venga, Franklin.
Everybody say, hi, Franklin.
Hi, moo. Okay.
I love the hat. This is what our children's ministry's been working on. And look, there's Hector.
Ahí viene Héctor.
He's got some bad stuff on his head, baby.
Tiene unas cosas bien feas en su cabeza.
But this was against another god.
Esto fue en contra de otro dios.
This was against Toth.
Esto fue en contra de Taf
or Himotep.
o Imhotep.
This was a God of intelligence.
Este era el Dios de la inteligencia.
This was our God saying, I'm the intelligent one.
Eso fue nuestro Dios diciéndole, yo soy el inteligente.
Going on to the next plague.
La próxima plaga.
Plague number 7.
La plaga número 7.
This is in Exodus 9, verse 17 through 19.
Esto está en Éxodo 9 del 17 al 19.
Since you're still setting yourself up against my people and not letting them go tomorrow about this time, I will cause a hailstorm so heavy in Egypt that nothing like it from the day it was founded until now. Therefore send and hurry and bring indoors your livestock, everything else you have in the field, for hail will fall on every human being. Every animal left in the field that hasn't been brought home, they will die. So God was saying, I'm the king.
Dios estaba diciendo, yo soy
Throw them
yo soy el
around,
rey.
throw them around. There was
El
hail.
granizo, el granizo.
Hail,
Ahí
hail.
está el granizo. El granizo.
Wow, Lila, I love your hat. Look what happened to Lila.
Miren a Laila.
She's got flaming hail coming from her head.
Ella tiene ahí este granizo en llamas que está saliendo de su
Everybody
cabeza.
say hello to Lila. Hey,
Hola,
hey, Lila. Yay. Wow, Lila, look at Lila began to walk this year. Everybody praise God.
Laila caminó este año. Todos alaben a Dios.
The 7th plague was against the god Shu,
Esta séptima plaga fue en contra de este Dios Shu,
the wind god,
el Dios del viento.
not the sky god.
I don't- no el Dios del cielo.
Look at the circle on top of the head.
Miren ese círculo que tiene encima de su cabeza.
When you see the Catholic Pope,
Cuando ves el Papa católico,
he has this on his staff.
él tiene esto en su vara.
He has these gods on his staff.
Él tiene estos dioses en su vara.
Now we're going to the 8th plague.
Vamos a la octava plaga.
The 8th plague happens in Exodus 10.
La octava plaga sucedió en Éxodo 10.
Everybody say Arba.
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 That was a plague of locusts.
Esa fue la plaga de las langostas.
This happens in Exodus 10, verse 1 through 6.
Esto aconteció en Éxodo 10 del 1 al 6.
We got locusts, Robertson?
Las langostas.
Bring out the locusts.
Traigan las langostas.
Whoa!
Whoa!
That's scary, Adasa. Wow! Jacob, what's on your head?
Están las langostas.
Wow!
Wow, wow.
Hadassah, that is one big locust, baby.
Esa es una gran langosta.
Whoa! Throw it, throw it, throw it. Now, this was against another god.
Esto fue en contra de otro Dios.
All right. This was a god, Nepri.
Este fue el Dios Nefri.
This was the god of the grain.
Este fue el Dios de los granos o cereales.
Shh. We're almost done.
Casi estamos terminando.
Only another 45 minutes.
Otros 45 minutos.
Okay? So this was against another god.
Esto fue en contra de otro Dios.
Going on to the 9th plague.
Vamos a la novena plaga.
The 9th plague.
La novena plaga.
Exodus 10, verse 21 to 23.
Éxodo 10 del 21 al 23.
Everyone say Choshech.
Hoshech.
Choshech.
Hoshech.
It means darkness.
Eso significa oscuridad.
Oh! Ooh, Kevin! Oh! Oh, everybody! Oh! All right. Going on to the next slide.
La siguiente página.
This was the god Ra,
Este era el Dios Ra,
the god of the sun.
el Dios del sol.
Then finally,
Y finalmente,
next slide.
la siguiente página.
Everybody say Makat
Todos digan Matzah.
Bakarot. 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 You gotta get the cha. Like Ahmed. All right, Jehovah. This happened in Exodus 11,
Esto aconteció en Éxodo 11,
verse 1 through 7.
del 1 al 7.
Let's read verse 5.
Vamos a leer el versículo 5.
And all the firstborn in the land of Egypt will die. From the firstborn of Pharaoh sitting on his throne to the firstborn of the slave girl at the handmill, to the firstborn of every livestock. How many firstborn sons do I have here tonight?
¿Cuántos primogénitos tengo aquí esta noche?
Raise your hands up high.
Levanten sus manos altas.
You're a firstborn son?
Si eres un varón primogénito,
You're dead.
estás muerto.
You're dead.
Estás muerto.
You're dead.
Estás muerto.
You're dead.
Estás muerto.
David Lemon Jr., you're dead.
Estás muerto.
Well, who's another firstborn son?
¿Quién más primogénito?
You're dead.
También estás muerto.
You're dead.
Muerto.
David Jr., you're dead. Vicente, you're dead. Make believe you're dead, man.
Hasta el muerto.
David Lemon Jr., DJ, you're dead.
Muerto.
Brian, you're the first one. You're dead.
También. Que se haga el muerto.
Who's dead? Jacob.
Are you sure?
Who? Yeshua, you're dead.
Look, lifeless. By a thread.
Look, he's dead.
Se murió.
I couldn't see him. He was below the desk.
Hanging by a thread.
Now,
Ahora,
I want to let you know what God this was against.
yo te quiero dejar saber en contra de qué estaba Dios.
This was against ISIS.
Esto fue en contra del dios Isis.
Let me say that again.
Déjame y lo digo una vez más.
Maybe you didn't hear me.
Quizás no me escuchaste.
God destroyed ISIS.
Dios destruyó Isis.
It's very interesting that ISIS is back in the world.
Es muy interesante que Isis está de vuelta en el mundo.
What do you think God is trying to tell us?
¿Qué piensas tú que Dios nos está tratando de decir?
God is trying to let you know that something big is on the way.
Dios nos está dejando saber que algo grande se aproxima.
That if you don't do what God wants,
Que si tú no haces lo que
Quiet,
Dios
please.
requiere,
you don't do what God wants,
si tú no haces lo que Dios quiere,
He's going to let this pagan God come back.
Él va a permitir que este Dios pagano regrese.
This is why we're taking our time doing the Seder.
Por eso es que nos estamos tomando nuestro tiempo haciendo el Seder.
I want you to understand
Yo quiero que entiendas
that we can make God happy.
que nosotros podemos hacer a Dios feliz.
If God is happy, we're happy.
Si Dios está contento, nosotros estamos contentos.
If God is mad,
Si Dios está enojado,
we're sad.
nosotros estamos tristes.
This is why we do the Seder.
Es por eso que hacemos el Seder.
One of the last parts of the Seder.
Una de las últimas partes del Seder.
How did God separate His people?
Cómo Dios separó su
I'm
pueblo.
going to need the blood.
Voy a
in the
necesitar
refrigerator.
la sangre.
A lot of people, I'm doing it on this store, yes. Yes, sir. God, a lot of people don't put the blood on the blood of the lamb on the door.
Muchas personas no ponen la sangre del cordero en la puerta.
But God said to put the blood on your door.
Pero Dios dijo que pusiéramos la sangre en la puerta.
And God does not
Y
change.
Dios no cambia.
God does not change.
Dios no cambia.
So we go on to the next slide.
Vamos a la siguiente página.
Everybody turn to Exodus 12.
Todos tornen a Éxodo 12.
Chapter 12, verse 13.
12, versículo 13.
Exodus 12, Shemot 12.
Éxodo 12, 13.
And I need the Zeroah. I need the Zeroah also. It says in Exodus 12, verse 13, the blood will serve you as a sign. Quiet, children. The blood will serve you as a sign marking the houses where you are. When I see the blood, I will Pesach you. When I strike the land of Egypt, the death blow, I will not strike you. What did we start this Seder off with, everybody?
¿Con qué iniciamos este Seder?
That God is watching us today.
Que Dios nos está vigilando esta noche.
That God keeps vigil.
Que Dios está vigilando.
Thank you. God said, put the blood on your door.
Dios dijo, pon la sangre en los dinteles.
Going on to the next slide.
La siguiente página.
Should we still put the blood on the door?
¿Deberíamos seguir poniendo la sangre en los dinteles?
But everybody says Jesus did it all.
Pero todos dicen Jesús lo hizo todo.
Yes, he did.
Sí, Él lo hizo.
Messiah did a lot.
El Mesías hizo mucho.
And he said, now do this in remembrance of me.
Y ahora Él dijo, haz esto en memoria mía.
Why do we put the blood on the door?
¿Por qué ponemos la sangre en los dinteles?
Next slide.
La próxima página.
We make a blood covenant with our God.
Hacemos un pacto de sangre con nuestro Dios.
Go on to the next slide.
La siguiente página.
When we put the blood on our door,
Cuando ponemos la sangre en nuestras puertas,
death passes us over.
la muerte nos pasa por encima.
When we put the blood on our door,
Cuando ponemos la sangre en nuestras puertas,
God says we will have eternal life.
Dios dice que tendremos vida eterna.
Going on to the next
La
slide.
próxima página.
You see Messiah Yeshua.
Ves al Mesías Yeshua.
Going on to the next slide.
La próxima página.
Yeshua put his blood on the cross. He made a blood covenant.
Yeshua puso su sangre en la cruz. Él hizo un pacto de sangre.
His blood healed the sin of the world.
Su sangre sanó el pecado del mundo.
The cross is an altar.
La cruz es un altar.
Yeshua was on the altar as the Lamb of God.
Yeshua estuvo en el altar como el Cordero de Dios.
Going on to the next
La
slide.
próxima página.
When Yeshua put his blood on the cross,
Cuando Yeshua puso su sangre en la cruz,
he said, if you follow me, death will pass you over. Pesach.
él dijo que si tú lo sigues a él, la muerte te pasará por encima y va a ser Pesach.
Going on to the next slide.
La próxima página.
When you follow Yeshua
Cuando tú sigues a Yeshua
in spirit and in
en
truth,
espíritu y en verdad,
you will have eternal life.
tú tendrás la vida eterna.
Let's go to the next
La
slide.
próxima página.
That's where you get the star.
De ahí es donde tú obtienes la estrella.
That's the star.
Esa es la estrella.
It's not David's star.
No es la estrella de David.
Let's go on to the next slide.
La próxima página.
Luke 22, verse 19.
Lucas 19, 22, 19.
Luke 22, verse 19 again.
Lucas 22, 19, una vez más.
This is my body which is being given for you. Do this in memory of me.
Amén.
This is hyssop.
Este es hisopo.
We're going to dip the hyssop in the lamb's blood.
Lo vamos a estar ahí empapando en la sangre del cordero.
We've got two hyssops.
Tenemos dos tipos, dos hisop. Hisopo.
This is the lamb's blood.
Esta es la sangre del cordero
That we got from the lamb that you're going to eat tonight.
que obtuvimos del cordero que te vas a comer esta noche.
The lamb died so that we could have life.
Este cordero murió para que nosotros recibamos vida.
The lamb died so that we could remember what Yeshua did.
Este cordero murió para que nosotros recordemos lo que hizo Yeshua.
It is sad that people don't do this.
Es triste que la gente no hace esto.
So I'm going to put this on our door.
Entonces yo voy a poner esto en nuestra puerta.
Because the blood is where you eat your Passover.
Porque la sangre se pone donde tú comes la Pascua.
We do this in remembrance of our Messiah, Yeshua.
Hacemos esto en memoria de nuestro Mesías Yeshua.
Because we love him.
Porque lo amamos.
Thank you, Yeshua.
Gracias, Yeshua. Aleluya.
Don't ever forget him.
Nunca lo olvides.
I really hate that people don't do this
Yo realmente odio que las personas no hacen esto,
because you're breaking your God's commandment.
porque tú estás quebrantando el mandamiento del Señor.
Yeshua is part of Elohim.
Yeshua es parte de Elohim.
And he said, do this in remembrance of me.
Y él dijo, haz esto en memoria de mí.
It's not on time. Every year when I do it,
Cada año cuando lo hago,
it makes me cry.
me hace llorar.
Because of my sins,
Porque por mis pecados,
he had to die.
él tuvo que morir.
But he said, do
But-
this
Pero él dijo, haz esto,
to remember what I did for you.
para que recuerdes lo que yo hice por ti.
And when people don't do it,
Y cuando las personas no lo hacen,
you disrespect my king.
tú le faltas al respeto a mi rey.
And I get angry
Y yo me enojo,
because I will not tolerate disrespect of my king.
porque yo no voy a tolerar la falta de respeto hacia mi rey.
We're only supposed to do it in Israel. You're a moron.
Solamente estamos supuestos a hacerlo en Israel, tú eres un idiota.
You're listening to the devil when you do that.
Estás escuchando a Satanás cuando haces eso.
Father said,
El Padre dijo,
do this forever.
haz esto para siempre.
His son agreed with his father.
El hijo estuvo de acuerdo con su padre.
We do this because we love him.
Hacemos esto porque lo amamos.
And we never want to forget that pain he suffered for us.
Y nunca queremos olvidar el dolor que él tuvo que pasar por nosotros.
He loved us so much, he did it for free.
Él nos amó tanto que lo hizo gratuitamente.
He loved us so much
Él nos amó tanto
that he left heaven to do it.
que él dejó el cielo para hacerlo.
And he knew what was going to happen.
Y él sabía lo que le iba a pasar.
So when we put that blood on the door,
Entonces cuando ponemos esa sangre en los dinteles,
we love him.
lo amamos.
In Hebrew, love is the word ahava.
Ahava,
Ahava.
ahava,
Everyone say ahava.
ahava.
Te amo is ahava.
Te amo,
Te amo, Yeshua.
te amo.
Ahava, Yeshua.
Ahava.
See, as a kid, I didn't want to do this Seder
Como niño, cuando era niño yo no quería hacer el Seder,
because my parents didn't do it like this.
porque mis padres no lo hicieron así.
But
Como,
as Jews, we should have done it.
pero como judíos debimos de haberlo hecho.
As followers of Messiah, we should do it even more.
Como seguidores del Mesías debiéramos de hacerlo aún más.
Few more slides. We're going to skip this part. No, we're not.
Otras partes.
This is a very important part.
Esa es una parte muy
I'm
importante.
going to need the water pitcher and the base and the chair. A lot of people don't understand what Yeshua did when he washed the disciples' feet.
Muchas personas no entienden cuando Yeshua hizo el lavado de manos y pies de los discípulos.
Martin, venga. Siéntese, por favor. When Yeshua washed the disciples' feet,
Cuando Yeshua lavó los pies de los discípulos,
he was raising them up from students into teachers.
él lo estaba levantando de estudiantes a maestros.
I'm going to wash Martin's feet
Él va a lavar los pies de Martín.
and say, Martin,
Y le voy a decir a Martín,
would you like to be trained as a rabbi?
¿te gustaría ser entrenado como un rabino?
We're going to use the big one. We got a special one. Thank you. Thank you, love. And Yeshua did this to raise up his disciples.
Como Yeshua hizo esto para levantar a sus discípulos,
We're raising up Martin to be a rabbi in training.
estamos levantando a Martín o elevándolo para que sea un rabino en entrenamiento.
Where's that towel? This has nothing to do with humility.
Esto no tiene que ver nada con humildad,
It
con
has everything to
humillación.
do with raising up to be a teacher, a
Esto
rabbi.
tiene que ver con elevar a alguien para que sea un maestro, un rabino.
May these feet walk in your commandment, Lord.
Que estos pies caminen en tus mandamientos, Señor.
May you bless his home.
Que tú bendigas su hogar.
May you grant him wisdom and knowledge
Que tú le des sabiduría y entendimiento.
as he embarks on a hard journey.
Porque él va a iniciar una jornada dura.
Put his house in order, Lord.
Pon su casa en orden, Señor.
Put his children in order, Lord.
Pon a sus hijos en orden, Señor.
And let him understand
Y déjale entender
this is not a job to be taken lightly.
que esto no es un trabajo que se toma a la ligera.
Because as you do your job,
Porque mientras tú hagas tu trabajo,
you will bless the nations.
tú vas a bendecir a las naciones.
But if you fail at your job,
Pero si fallas en tu trabajo,
their blood is on your hands.
la sangre de ellos está en tus manos.
This is a job not to be taken lightly.
Este no es un trabajo que se toma a la ligera.
There's no turning back.
Aquí no hay marcha atrás.
Do you accept the position?
Tú aceptaste la posición.
Amen.
Amén. Aleluya.
Why don't we just take this away so it doesn't get spilled? Thank you, sir. One last little part of the Seder, and then
Una
we're going to be
última
able to eat.
pequeña parte del Seder.
Has everybody learned something here tonight?
¿Han aprendido algo esta noche?
Is it worth the wait?
¿Vale la pena esperar?
Don't worry, that lamb's worth it.
No se preocupe.
It tasted
El
good.
cordero vale la pena, sabe muy bien.
Pour the last cup, pour the third cup of wine.
La tercera copa de vino.
Two last little parts that we're going to do.
Dos partes pequeñas que vamos a hacer.
10 more minutes. Can everybody take 10 more minutes?
10 minutos más.
This is a cup of redemption.
Esta es la copa de redención.
As we lift up the third cup,
Cuando levantamos
we
la
say Baruch,
Baruch
Atah,
Atah,
Adonai,
Adonai,
Eloheinu,
Eloheinu,
Melech,
Melech,
Haolam,
Haolam,
Borei,
Borei,
Peri,
Puri,
Hagafen.
Hagafen.
Cup of redemption.
La copa de redención.
There's one thing that's missing
Hay una cosa que falta
on the Seder dish.
en el plato de Seder.
If you were doing this at home by yourself,
Si estás haciendo esto en casa por ti mismo,
you would have something called the Zeroah.
tendrías algo que se llama el Zaroa.
It's the lamb bone.
Es el hueso del cordero.
And nobody knows how it got on the Seder dish.
Y nadie sabe cómo llegó esto al plato de Seder.
It's called a Zeroah.
Se llama Zaroa.
The Zeroah comes from the prophet Isaiah.
El Zaroa viene del libro de Isaías.
It said, who believed our report? Isaiah 53, who believed our report? To whom the arm of Jehovah revealed. Isaiah 53 is all about Messiah.
Isaías 53 se trata del Mesías.
The Zoroa has been on the Seder dish for as long as anybody can remember.
Este zorro ha estado en el plato de Seder por muy largo tiempo.
The Zoroa does not mean arm.
Esto no significa mano
It
o
means
brazo,
lamb,
significa cordero,
the Lamb of God.
el cordero de Dios.
We've come now to the conclusion of our Pesach Seder.
Vamos a llegar a la conclusión del Seder.
We're going to lift the cup one more time,
Vamos a levantar la copa una vez más,
but we're not going to drink.
pero no vamos a beber.
Why?
¿Por qué?
Because Yeshua's put that cup down.
Porque Yeshua bajó esa copa.
And he said, I won't drink this cup again
Y él dijo que no bebería más esa copa
until I drink it again with you in Hashemayim.
hasta que lo beba de nuevo con nosotros en el reino de los cielos.
As we come to the conclusion
Llegamos a la conclusión.
of our Seder, we
Lleg-
went through the Reed Sea.
Pasamos a través del mar de los juncos.
And at the conclusion of the Seder,
Y a la finalización del Seder,
one second.
un segundo.
We say, Hine matov u'manayim,
Decimos, Hinemato Humanai.
Shebet
Sheve,
dachim
Tahin,
gam yahad.
Ganya.
How good and pleasant it is for brothers to dwell together.
Amén, aleluya.
And what we say at the end of the Seder,
Y lo que decimos al final del Seder,
Lashana
la Shana,
Habaya
Havaya,
Berushalayim.
Jerusalén.
Next year in
El
Jerusalem.
próximo año en Jerusalén.
Amen.
Amén.
Shalom, this is Messianic Rabbi Andrew Dinnerman. I would personally like to thank you for tuning in to the Remnant's Call each and every week. You can listen to the full message on our website, bethgoyim.org. If you have drawn closer to the King of Kings, learned more about Him today, we are blessed. If you are blessed by these messages, please consider a donation to our ministry. You can go to our website, bethgoyim.org. That's BETHGOYIM.org. And click on the donate button. You do not have to have a PayPal account to donate. All you need is a debit card. Once again, thank you very much for listening to The Remnant's Call.
If you have not taken your first steps to be born again, just ask God's help. Remember, it's His loving grace that has come to find you. No one is worthy or able to reach God, but God can reach us, and He's reaching out to you now. Just open your heart and let Him in. His arms are open, and the blessing of salvation and eternal life are waiting for you. Don't let it wait any longer. Ya Adonai, panavoleka vikuneka, Yisa Adonai, panavoleka, vayasem lecha, shalom. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord lift His face to shine upon you. May the Lord be gracious unto you and give you His shalom. Shalom. My name is Messianic Rabbi Andrew Dinnerman, and I invite you to come to visit our congregation. If you are in the tri-state area, come out and visit with us on Shabbat. We are a congregation of Jews and Gentiles, living as one in the Messiah Yeshua. Bgmc is a place of true worship. The focus never wanders from the Hebraic roots of our faith. Beth Goyim is rooted in the Word of God from Bereshit through to the book of Revelation. Messiah's strong words against man-made tradition are carefully recorded in Matthew 7. That is the reason we only follow the straight-up instructions found in Scripture, truly the way, the truth, and the life. If you're looking for a deeper walk with Adonai, come out for our Tuesday evening Bible study called Messianic Torah Time. Come, spend the day with us on any Shabbat. We start at 11 a.m. with the sound of the ancient Hebrew shofar. Next, we offer our King praise and worship in English, Hebrew, and Spanish. After worship, we review the headlines in the previous week's news from around the globe, especially news from the Holy Land, Israel. We don't just list the news headlines as current events, but we comb through the scriptures, searching for clues to understand what they mean and then to help pinpoint prophetically our current position on Adonai's clock. After digesting all that modern information, we leave the world behind as we journey with our Adonai deep into his eternal word, not with just one or two scriptures, but usually 7 or more scriptures. The spiritual nourishment and the richness of his kingdom become accessible to the ones who share this special time and seek them out. The day does not end there. Because Shabbat is so special to him, there is always so much more that our King desires to share. So instead of separating and leaving, we stay together as a family for potluck lunch and an afternoon study of our King's Word. We close this Shabbat together with the reading of the new week's parashah. That's the Torah portion. Even after those blessings, many of us just can't get enough. So the members bring prepared homemade foods to share while we all enjoy an uplifting movie together. If all that information is not quite enough, you can check out our website where you will find over 200 video teachings and biblical holy day studies. Under Messianic Torah Time, the Hebrew Roots button, you'll discover free studies on many different topics, including PowerPoint slide presentations. If Beth Goyim sounds like a place you'd love to visit, but you live outside the tri-state area, there is still a way to connect with us. We stream live on the internet on Tuesday, Thursday, and Shabbat. The website is www.bethgoyim.org. That's BETHGOYIM.org. Our phone number is 973-338-7800 or 978-2-YESHUA. That's 978, the number 2, Yeshua. Shalom.